Buenas noches, everybody. What's going on? Domingazos.
Wait, your fucking audio is perfect.
Is it really? For
Yeah.
once? It's really loud on your
What,
end, though.
what are you doing? What are you doing now? What are you clicking?
I'm clicking the headphones because you're really fucking loud.
Ah!
I don't know why.
A ver, espérame. Let me lower my audio.
Lower your audio a little bit there,
Lower
guy.
your audio. I want nachos. Yeah.
You
Let's get some nachos in
you
here,
want
man.
some nachos?
Let's get some nachos. Ah.
Ay, güey, ¿cuánto por las nachas, doña Cuca?
Buenas nachos. ¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo está?
Better?
Buenas nachos. It's the same. Whatever. Anyway, just like
Uh,
you did to me last week. Yeah, it's the same. Whatever.
Whatever.
What is up, everyone? I am your ever humble host, Mr. Happy Harry Hardon of CryptoNotes fame, coming at you once again from the Lone Star State of Texas, or whatever the hell you want to consider this fucking state is anymore. And yeah, fuck your feelings, Tuck Frump. That's what I say. Fuck your feelings, Tuck Frump. Anyway, what's going on? Who is on with me tanight?
Why do you have to come in so hot, Ray?
Coming in
Why?
hot. Coming in
Why?
hot.
Why?
Why not?
Well,
That's my
no.
style, bro. That's my style.
This is Oliver Elias, code name Oli656. And this is where I would introduce Julius, pero no está. He's not here. Probably reading some books. I don't know.
He's being a nerd, reading books.
Being a nerd.
He's probably at the MAGA conference right now. I don't know. It's possible.
No mames.
No mames.
No
No
mames.
mames. No mames.
Mames, güey.
Where's Pancho, man? I need to talk to Pancho. I need to know.
Just a family man, güey. He has no time for us.
He's got no time for.
No time for us, cabrones.
Nah, I miss the Panch. Edwin, good to see you. Saludos, hermanos. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Shio Gonzalez, thank you so much for joining us as well, man. It's been a minute. And Eric El Guapo, late. Well, not that late. We're not that late. We're not as late as Ethan Van Sciver's comic. I'll tell you that right now. Some person says by quarter Ray and Oliver pronounced gay and must kiss. Mwah. There you go. Mwah.
No.
Big old mwah, 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 mwah. There you go. Some person says hello, Ray, Oliver, Edwin, Shio, Eric the Guapo. Good to see you once again, sir. Freddie Nez says, what's up, everyone? Let's get Freddie Nez in here, man. We should get him in here. He always has good stuff to say if he's down. What was the first death of comics? The release of Mom? Ooh, ouch.
That would be
oh shit, man. Like there's so many deaths. There's so many little deaths that build up to the big death, and now it's the second.
Can you consider the death of Superman like part of it?
I think when they brought him back, that's when it was. Julius is reading the book How to Annoy Ray. It's not very difficult.
It's like a one-page book.
It's a one-page book. Anyway,
why did you mute yourself?
No, we're good. Oh, sorry. Oops. ¿Qué más? What else has been going on, man? The death of comics number 2. Number 2. I've been listening to a bunch of crap that's been going on with Diamond and all the fucking bankruptcy shit, and how I don't know what was going on. There was some shady stuff going on that I read about, that apparently there was other people bidding and they were like in cahoots with each other, and one of them was NECA. NECA was trying to buy Diamond. Yeah. I don't know where I saw that article. Some new news came out today. So long story short, Diamond was up for auction last week. Not this past week, but last week. And there was a bunch of people in the room that were vying to claim Diamond as their own, to purchase Diamond Comics, Diamond Publishing, and all of its facets. And it came down to Alliance Entertainment and a few other people. So what ended up happening was First Comics died with the release of One More Day. No shit. I do agree with that. So
the Technoverse for me.
The Techno Wars.
The Technoverse. What was it called? See? Techno Wars or Technoverse?
I think it was a Techno Verse.
with
right?
Mr. Miracle and no, not Mr. Miracle, the other.
Mr. Monster. No, it was Mr. Monster.
No, otro.
The Neil Gaiman one, right?
He and the fucking Leonard Nimoy, the Primordials, no,
The
or some shit.
Primordials. I remember the Primordials and the
Oh my
Tech
god,
War. Wasn't Tech War part of it?
Simon.
Which
Comics has gone through a lot of deaths, va?
God's gone through a lot of this. So what ended up happening was Alliance Entertainment
You're
was
roboting.
the one
Right.
that. Am I roboting? I'm sorry. So
Yes.
Alliance Entertainment were the ones that won the winning bid, right?
Uh-huh.
Am I still roboting? A
No.
little bit?
No.
No. Okay. Um, no. Okay. So that what ended up happening was when they had the auction, there was other bidders. One of the other bidders was Universal Distribution, and another one was Ad Populum. And apparently, Ad Populum is NECA.
Okay.
So some sort of tranza was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and even though Alliance Entertainment won, Ad Universal and Ad Populum combined together were chosen to be the ones to purchase Diamond. So I don't know what fucking tranza was going on there. Supposedly, oh sorry, does it sound okay? Cool, thank you. Supposedly, from what I heard, Diamond did not want to sell to Alliance after all because Alliance said they were just going to use like pretty much their networking or whatever it is to increase their whatever it is that they sell, which is like video games and all this other stuff to increase
So
their.
they weren't going to like move their comic books and shit like that.
No, they were going to do comics, but they were going to do them on a smaller scale. They were going to use Diamond more as like a, how would you call it? Like a, well, like what it is, a distribution. But instead of focusing on comics, they're going to focus more on video games and other shit like that. So
But
I'm
but
sorry, go ahead.
that's stupid. No, why would you do that?
Once you buy the company, you can do what the fuck you want with it. Basically, it's yours.
I mean, so you were gonna supply video games to comic shops?
No, they were. I guess like they were going to supply it to like other venues. Like how I mean, comic stores aren't the only one that would buy from Diamond. There
Pokemon.
was like specialty shops. I think like GameStop. Other specialty shops like that would purchase stuff from Diamond, like the statues and the Diamond Select toys and all that other stuff. And there's different facets to Diamond as well.
But that's like very minuscule, no? Like
It's not.
very.
It's not if you think about what they're going to do with it. If they're going to, like, for example, let's say we have a list of people that are into
Mhm.
comics, right? And one of our competitors gets a hold of that list, and they already have the people that they sell to. Like Alliance has their people already, but if they get a list that's a little bit more niche, they can expand what they're already selling to other venues, to venues that were inaccessible to them before because they didn't know who to target. So that's what they were basically going to do, more or less, with that information that they would get from purchasing Diamond. So
Mhm.
from what I heard, supposedly, this is all hearsay. Supposedly, behind closed doors, they were saying that they didn't want to sell Diamond. Diamond didn't want to sell themselves to Alliance for this reason. They wanted to sell to someone they thought would actually more like what is it called? Like curate the whole comic book distribution thing,
Uh-huh.
and that those were that Odd Populum and also the other company, I think
Then,
Universal or
then
something like
why
that.
then why do the auction then?
They auctioned it because that was their only method of getting out of bankruptcy. They didn't have
Why
any
not
other way out.
why not just offer it? Hey man, you want to get into this? I'll sell it for you cheap.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Keep.
No, keep talking, que nada, güey. You're running with this topic, not me, cabron. Benjamin, there was
No,
no
I know. I
money.
know. Sorry. Um. Yeah, what Benjamin says is true. There was no money in comics, so they're just going to use their distribution for other products that did bring in revenue. That's pretty much all they were going to do. But Diamond still wants. They want to save. In a way, I guess they want to save comics because that was their bread and butter. So they wanted to sell to these other people.
Uh-huh.
So apparently, there was a on Bleeding Cool, there was something about how what was going on inside the room, and that there was a lot of tranzas going on, man. That apparently Diamond had already decided behind closed doors that they were going to sell to NECA and whoever the hell else the other one was, Universal. But
Mhm.
because they had to do it out in the open to auction it off, Alliance won the bid, and Diamond took it back and said, "No, no, no, that's okay. We're gonna go with NECA or Ad Populum and Universal." And so Alliance, once bankruptcy is filed, they lose control. It was selling off company. Get in here and talk about this. Let's talk about it with Let's Talk About It host Julius Freeman Comics or whatever.
Julius, let's talk about it, Freeman.
There you go. So that's what ended up happening. So according to this, am I still botting? No?
Yes.
Yes? Yes? Fuck. Hold on. Let me
Go ahead.
see if I
Yeah,
can do.
you're good.
You're good. So according to this article, this happened on Friday, that the bankruptcy court declared that Alliance Entertainment does in fact own Diamonds for now. They did win the auction. And because of that, ad nauseum, why do I keep saying ad nauseum? Ad Populum and Universal, they were the
Not
backup bidders that had been chosen. But because of this, Alliance Entertainment issued a lawsuit against Diamond. So that's where all the fucking bullshit happened, and they're just trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
That's crazy, dude. That you had your like picks.
See, this is the
Then,
thing. This is the article that I was reading. It says, they're going over the specifics, everything that happened, and then they're asking why would Diamond pull the winner, or rather go with the second bidders instead of going with the company that won. And it says, it says, I understand that the people owed money by Diamond might prefer to receive less if it means that Diamond would be more likely to continue as it did, with a continuity of, with Universal Entertainment already present in the direct market in Canada and prepared to move into the USA. However, Alliance Entertainment is a different kind of company that revealed a different way of doing business on a certain podcast, including expecting different price point and markups. It's still not the end, though. The paperwork also states that the official committee of unsecured creditors, which Bleeding Cool has previously identified as Titan Comics, Little Buddy Toys, and Simon Schuster, has identified potential challenges with respect to perpetration, lenders' liens on the security interests of debtors, blah, 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 blah. The court period over the bankruptcy decision has been extended to April 25th. So that means that all these other people, they're pretty much blood in the water, man. And everyone wants a piece. So right now, that's the fucking happenstance right now, man. Like it might not go to Alliance. It might not be to go to somebody else. It might be going to someone else completely. Everybody's suing everybody. Everybody has like injunctions, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is your chance. Become 656 Diamond Comics. No shit, man.
you should do the King Solomon route.
Just split it in half.
3.5 exactamente.
Cut it into pieces, and whoever decides, and I'll be like, no, comics must live. Go ahead, go with Alliance or whoever. So this is a big old fucking mess, dude.
And then Alliance says, "Fuck comics." And
fuck comics. Yeah. We're gonna sell video games. You see, Oli? You see what your fucking video games into comics?
Even video games are fucking. Están valiendo madre, güey.
Dude, the fucking Switch 2?
Exactly. That's where I'm going, man.
$450 for a Switch 2?
No, dude, that's just without the fucking tariffs, way.
Dude,
is the tariff thing still a thing or no? Did it go through or what's going on?
Mira, look.
A ver, sin insultar a nadie, Ray. Just be civil. Be diplomatic.
I'm trying really hard, bro. I'm trying to find the right words, man. I'm trying to find them.
Because we don't talk. We're not political here, cabrón.
Okay, let's put it this way. There's a playground, right? There's a playground, and there's two kids on the playground that are the biggest fucking baddest kids in the playground, and they decide that they're gonna sell popcorn at lunch.
Oh shit!
Right? So they put stands on either side of the playground. One of them has their popcorn stand. Let's call that China. and the other popcorn stand is called the USA, right? You know, in theory, we're not taking sides anyway. So China starts selling this really fucking good popcorn that everybody loves, and like all the kids are like, "Fuck yeah, we want some more popcorn, man!" And
We like the caramel popcorn.
we like the caramel popcorn, we like the kettle corn, all that popcorn's fucking delicious. And the USA is like, "Hey, hey, 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 that's Chinese popcorn, man. Why the fuck would you want that? Come over here. This is USA pop, America popcorn. You know, like it's fucking. That's what you want. You want America popcorn." And then China's like, "Hey, man, that's not fair, bro. Like, hey, we're trying to do something over here. We're trying. I mean, I know we're communists and everything, but hey, we're trying to like sell some popcorn." And the US is like, "You know what? Fuck you." And then China's like, "No, you know what? Fuck you." And they're like going back at each other, you know, like all that other shit that happened in that
point,
one.
Ray, please.
In that one, I mean, anyway. So then the USA is like, "Hey, we're gonna fight you, and we're gonna take your fucking popcorn." And China's like, "No, no, no, don't fight us. You know, it's cool, man. We can figure out something." He's like, "You know what? No, we're not gonna fight you. You're gonna have to pay us a fucking popcorn fee every day for the rest of your fucking term here in this school until we decide that we're cool." And China's like, "No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna give you money." And the USA is like, "Yeah, you know what? Just because you said that, it's doubled now." And China's like, "Yeah, okay, and what else do you want us to do?" And you know what? It's tripled now, bro. And China's like, "You know what? We're just gonna sell our popcorn and just be cool." Like, and then the USA popcorn's like, "You know what? Maybe we overthought this. Maybe we should like back off a little bit." And
Okay.
you know what? You know what? We're sorry. We're sorry. We can have popcorn too, right? And China's like, "No, bro. You're a bully, bro. Like, we don't want anything to do with you anymore." So yeah, there you go. That's my fucking breakdown without being political.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Uh, yeah. Surprisingly, yes, it does.
That's the best news I've heard all week. Where's Julius? I want to hear the opposing team. I want to hear that.
Pinche Julius, ay, qué pedo, you're just throwing shit at him.
It's because it's no fun without having to argue with somebody, you know? Like, pues pobrecito, ¿verdad? Pobrecito.
But yeah, dude, $90 games, $80 digital games.
I'm barely getting your messages. They're just like, "Get in here."
Fuck.
I just barely got your message. Did you send me on Messenger? Like, hurry up and get in here.
Really? Puta madre.
I barely got them. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, you were saying something. I just completely derailed.
Zuckerberg.
Suck it, Zuckerberg. Anyway.
No, so yeah, dude, the whole Nintendo thing, pinche. They're gonna start selling $80 digital, $90 physical, and they're not even physical, man.
Get chingados, bro.
Oh anyway, back to the diamond thing.
Wait, before we go into the diamond thing, like the fucking video game thing, what the fuck is that, bro? Like, fuck, man. Like, are you gonna get a Switch 2? Well, you probably can get it cheaper in Mexico, you know, than in the USA.
That's what I'm thinking about, dude. Mexico's known for like overcharging consoles now, because pinche el PS5 like 12,000 pesos, way. Like
how much is that in America? ¿Cuánto en oro, señor? ¿Cuánto en
oro? Like 600, 700, I think.
Ay, güey.
Dollars, see. So we just gotta. I mean, the Switch 2, if they apply tariffs, it's gonna be like 750, no?
God damn, man.
So I imagine that in Mexico it's gonna be cheaper, or just get it from Japan, dude. It's like 350 in Japan.
let's just take how much is it to fly to Japan?
Like what? Like $2,000? Like a grand?
A grand just to go buy a $300 video game.
That's gonna be the thing, dude. We're gonna start like importing shit from Japan and China and shipping it to Mexico.
I think we should start doing that now. We should open up a company.
Mexico's cool with everybody, dude.
No shit, dude. Pues, I mean, come on. Everybody loves our tacos. You know, it's fucking, what is it called? It's not cultural appropriation. It's like food appropriation. Like even fucking redneck racist Ku Klux Klan members can eat Taco Bell.
I mean, they gotta or Chicos Tacos, huh?
Yeah, you know. So there you go. Fucking pinches racists, pinches bigots, hipócritas. Someone could send a product to a nearby country that doesn't have a tariff, and then send it from.
That's gonna be the thing, dude.
I think we're gonna
Even
head in that direction, man.
even the toys, the toy makers, the factories, and all that shit.
Did you got that message? Well, you sent it to me, but I had already gotten it too. And there was
Oh, you got
another
that too?
one.
Early.
Yeah, from Big Bad, and there was another one. Well, I told you right that what is it called? Oh, fuck, they carried the Kryptonotes. Things from another world. They
Oh,
went.
Tifa.
Yeah, they went tits up, man. They're done. Like,
What
yeah.
happened? What happened? Like exactly with those guys?
From what I was reading, from what they sent me, hold on, do I have it still? Because they sent an email,
Early.
and then I think they put it public. Hold on, if nobody tell me because I want a robot.
Yeah, you're running.
Hold on, let me find it.
You
Okay,
are
la madre.
roboting.
Hold on.
Right, 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 right.
You,
Beep, boop, beep,
you are
beep,
roboting.
beep, boop, beep.
Chink. Oh, no, hold on. Tifa. Tifa. Here it is. Am I still roboting?
No.
Yeah? No? Okay.
Oh.
So we got this. Yes? No? We got this email. And it says, Dear valued customers, we regret to inform you that as of April 30th, 2025, Things from Another World will be shutting down. The TFA team would like to sincerely thank you for continued support and making us your comic shop. It's been a pleasure serving the community for over 25 fucking years, bro. Please note that our physical stores located in Milwaukee, Beaverton, and Universal City, California will remain open and we will continue to serve you in person. Below are the relevant dates that will impact you. And then it tells you April 9th will be the last subscription date. April 21st will be the last day for in-stock orders. And then April 30th, the site will go online. And if you remember correctly, the fucking crazy shit about this, man, is when pandemic happened,
Yeah.
everybody went online. Everybody and their
Uh,
mother went online to fucking keep going as far as business is concerned. So this brings up a lot of questions to me. For example, what the fuck is going on that these guys can't maintain an online store if that's like there's no brick and mortar, but their brick and mortar stores will remain open, probably because they have backstock, whatever.
uh-huh.
But does it have to do with the economy? Does it have to do
With Diamond?
with Diamond, or does it have to do with the fact that most comics suck right now, or is it a combination of all of them?
Because that's what Julius said. No, that the people are not buying what the publishers are making. No,
It's because the
so
publishers they're still afraid, man. It's like even more so now. Even more so now, I think people are afraid to really like speak their mind. Um, I know you don't see it because you're over there. You just hear about us complain about it, but seriously, like it's becoming a police state, man. Like people are watching you. People are like fucking reporting on you.
qué pedo, güey. O
It's a
sea,
really look. This is fucking serious, dude. And I'll be totally fucking honest with you. This past week, okay, so for the past few months, llegaba un señor ahí en el pawn shop, ¿verdad?
or,
He would go and he would pawn his camera, and the camera is a video camera. It's a digital video camera. It's a fucking expensive ass camera. It's like 9 grand. That's how expensive the camera is.
how much
And
you give them?
we would give him up to like $1,500 for that camera because that's in Texas the laws, that's the most we can give, whatever. Anyway,
I'll give you $50 for it.
so this dude was cool as shit, man. I would talk to him every time we'd come in. He was a regular. Me hablaba en español, and I would talk to him back, and he was telling me like, yeah, he's a student. He's going to UTEP. He's married. He's working on a film, and we would talk film. We would talk directors. We would talk stuff that he's doing. Um, and then I hadn't seen him for a while. Really cool guy.
Ajá.
Y luego llega la esposa. El viernes nos llegó la esposa. Crying, dude. Crying her fucking eyes out. Because the camera was still in pawn
Ajá.
and he got fucking deported to El Salvador.
What?
Yeah.
Was
Straight
he
up.
was he there illegally?
He was a resident.
Ah, cabrón.
Yeah. He was a resident.
Damn,
And he
shit.
got fucking deported, dude. A fucking resident. He got deported. Why? Who knows why? Nobody knows why, because we can't ask anybody, because everybody's gonna fucking like turn around and be like, well, there must have been reasons. Like, no, dude, there was no fucking reason, because this dude would come into the shop, I would talk to him, he was a good guy, unless he was a complete and utter psychopath, and I didn't fucking figure it out until it was too late that he was doing some movidas
Dude,
on the side.
check the video.
Check the video. Check the video. Pero se lo llevaron al way, and she was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. She wanted to try and get the camera out so that she can get money, so she can fucking figure out how to find him first of all, because she doesn't even know where.
Oh yeah, they don't tell him. They don't tell you where he is.
Yeah, they don't tell you. So, and now a bunch of fucking cops over here that voted for Frump, whatever the fuck, they're regretting everything that they fucking did and said, because all of their spouses, because we know how much love you cops have love for Latina women, they're all getting deported now. También.
Damn.
And it's chaos, dude. It's fucking chaos, especially in this fucking town. And I see it. Y no me creen. Y pinche jaja.
So you want me to? So we should cancel our free comic book day trip?
Well, I don't know. You're gonna be with me.
I mean, you look Mexican, dude.
I look Mexican. Pues nos llevan a todos.
You look more Mexican than us, cabrón.
Wow, what a fuck! You're fucking browner than caramel. What are you talking?
Cállese, güey.
I look more brown than you. Have you seen you?
Long hair, güey. Pinche azteca.
Ay, güey, mira azteca. ¿Y tú qué? Muy español, güey. Pues qué chingados.
Well, yeah.
Domingazos! Anyway. So yeah, dude, like it's fucking, dude, there's a bunch of fucking crazy shit going on around here. And most people would choose not to even like look or even think about looking, because they're afraid of shit that'll happen.
I've seen, I don't want to get political or like deviate from the topic.
Let's talk about the playground with the popcorn. It's okay.
But there's been a lot of like white European people also getting fucking detained, no?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That's messed up, man. ¿Qué pedo?
Pues dile a Julius.
Pues Julius, ¿qué tiene que hacer aquí? Nada.
Pues he voted for him también. So there you go.
Oh, it's like Afghani. Oh no, güey.
Peor. Que la madre.
Peor,
man, you just want them to bomb Juarez, don't you? Shit.
That's fucked up, man. Shit.
And then there's the rumor, and I don't know how much of this is true. This is where Julius would come in perfectly, because he's all into the fucking conspiracies and shit. There's the fucking rumor that on fucking Easter, on Holy Sunday or whatever the fuck it's called,
speaking of Julius, here he is.
There he is. Hey, there he is.
What's up, guys?
Julius, welcome.
What's so funny?
It's because you come in here all like, hey guys, what's up? What's going on? He's like,
oh, that I enter like during a heavy subject or something?
Dude, there was just a fight on the playground over popcorn. You don't even fucking know, bro. Like, it was fucking bloody.
A fight in the playground over popcorn?
Yeah, dude. Just check out the replay. Oli, oy vey, me sugar, I'm from Israel. Oy vey.
Oy vey.
So I've been in El Paso, Texas for a week. Should I be worried? Don't tell them where you are, Chio. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Estás bien. Si tienes tus, pues tú, yo no sé. Just be quiet. Anyway,
I think your friend, dude, they ratted him out, dude. Honestly.
I think so, dude. I think they did something to him, or they found out something, and pobre way, man.
I mean,
and he, you know what? Let me take that back. If anyone's listening, he was not my friend. He was a customer at the store.
You gotta put the disclaimer out.
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
Kind of afraid to ask what I walked into.
Dile, tell him.
The 5 peso version. This cool cat that would go to the pawn shop and pawn his $9,000 camera. Got deported to El Salvador.
Bummer.
Yeah, that's kind of a figure what you would say.
But he was a resident, no?
Yeah, he was a resident. So
did he show you his resident card?
Yeah, because every time he'd go into the pawn shop, he would have to show me an ID.
Well, anyone can get an ID, but I'm talking about resident card. Like
yes,
green card. He showed you his green card.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It
And that's
wasn't a
all.
crooked or a fake one, was it?
Yeah, you gotta find it. So you gotta find something, don't you? No, it was not. It was
Hey,
legit.
hey, look, man, dude. The black markets exist. You could get your shit crooked. That's the way it's always worked in this country.
I've been doing business with this man for like
I
the
go
past year, dude.
right, right. You know, at Home Depot they sell like a laminator. They can do it.
Yeah,
Dude,
and you know what?
I have one in
And
the back of
here's
the
another
shop,
thing.
dude.
Here's another thing, right? I'll tell you a personal story that happened, not to me, but what I witnessed firsthand. There's a hamburger joint where I used to live at my neighborhood. Great hamburger joint. Used to go there maybe once every week because that's how good it was. One day I was off work and I see a family, like a husband and wife with two kids, and the two kids were running around this little the eating area because they just have a little eating area next to the restaurant. So if you wanted to eat, you could eat inside or outside. So I'm right there waiting for my food, right? And a cop pulls in to go to the drive-through. Now, the cop just went in there for his drive-through, right? And I, in the corner of my eye, see the husband and wife freak out, right? Because I'm thinking like, oh shit, maybe they don't have any papers, right? And but the cop didn't even see them, bro. The cop just, was doing his thing. He drove into the line, and then when he passed them to get into the drive-through line, they reached into their bags and pulled out a wad of social security cards,
Damn shit.
and they threw them in the trash, freaked out, thinking that the cop was there for them. So they were there selling crooked social security cards
Oh, wow.
upstairs. I do it, and I saw them, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Dude, whoa, that's like literally, bro, a handful of social security cards."
What year
And when
was
I
this,
used,
Julius?
huh?
What year was this?
It was probably 2005. I want to say
Oh, really? Okay.
My way.
2005, around there.
Well, yeah, man,
Oh.
that's the hustle in Orange County, bro.
And also when I used to go to the supermarket that's in that same neighborhood, I every time I walk by there, bro, no lie, I always hear a and a little hand wave. Somebody was trying to show me Mika's way, or crooked matriculas way.
Yeah, this dude had a permanent resident card. I've been doing business for like a year. The guy was a filmmaker. He was going to UTEP. He was married. So I don't know what the fuck happened there, man.
Well, sucks. Bummer.
Chinka. Yeah, pretty much, huh? All right, let's move on. Anyway.
It's unfortunate, man. Yeah, but damn, dude, we don't know. We don't know exactly what happened.
But you're right. Continue your story, dude.
It's the playground, bro. It's the playground. Popcorn. Chica. So I had a question for you, Julius. Now that you're here, because I know you're all into fucking conspiracies and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Tell me about 420. What's going on? What's supposedly going to happen on 420?
Ah, cabrón, ¿qué va a pasar? Smoking?
The only thing I know about 420 is the smoking weed day. His Hitler's birthday. It's also
close.
It's also the anniversary of the Columbine shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know, bro. Is there a rumor going around that supposedly something happened that day?
Yeah, there's a hardcore rumor going around that it's Insurrection Day. That's when martial law is going to be declared.
Oh my God! Oh no!
So tell me. I mean, that's why I'm asking you. You're the conspiracy nut. So
I don't, dude. I don't know. I haven't heard of that conspiracy, dude. There's every week there's something. Every week it's like if on April 30th this is going to happen, and nothing happens.
No, on April 30th, that's when things from another world is going to shut down for good. Pobrecitos.
What? Oh, really? The comic book shop? That's right, the comic book shop, huh?
Mm-hmm. The online. That's a whole other topic we're talking about right now. But we'll get into that in a second. I'm just curious and asking you if you knew anything about Insurrection
I mean,
Day, about Jesus' birthday. Oh wait, it's not Jesus' birthday.
I don't. I really don't. All I know for sure is that the end of the world is going to happen when God wants it to happen, and no one can predict it. It's supposed to come like a thief in the night, and we're not there yet because the Antichrist isn't approved yet.
All right then. Anyway,
okay. But what did you hear? Right? Why
yeah, what did you hear? Because I haven't heard anything.
I heard that not to name any names, but we all know, is going to declare martial law on that day because there's so far there's been like a series of steps that have been taken in order to invoke that act, and it's a certain act. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Is this based on the Doge investigations?
Hold on. Let me see.
Why are we talking political shit? We're supposed to be talking comic books.
You know, I don't know, Oli. That's what I'm asking myself that question too. When does this become into a coast to coast AM show? I don't know when this happens.
Oli wanted me to explain the tariffs.
No, but wait, you're going to insurrection talk.
I know, dude. I was like, wait, what? That's why when you asked me, like, what do you know about this conspiracy? I was like, I don't know.
We were talking about the big bad toy fucking letter.
Oli wanted me to talk about. This is all about the tariffs, bro. No. This is about NECA. It's all about fucking McFarlane, not making any more DC Comics toys.
We were talking about Diamond. We were talking about the Alliance. Like, I mean, Julius was there in the chat. We were talking about that shit. We were talking about Nintendo.
So, really quickly. Apparently, Baboso Pendejo Idiota is going to invoke the Insurrection Act and declare martial law on April 20th because the conditions on the border have gone to a point where it mirrors the Insurrection Act of 7. That's the fucking rumor that's circulating right now. It's a national emergency at the southern border of the U.S., and that's the fucking rumor, bro. I'm just reporting the news.
What happened to your show with Padilla? I thought you were gonna talk about that shit over there.
Oh, there's measles over there, bro. There's fucking measles. There's no way. There's measles. Just let them.
Hello. How about this? How about we wait until April 20th, and then we'll see what happens then.
Oh shit! I'll be too busy making a brisket, bro. I'm not gonna fuck around with that shit. I'll be eating brisket, enjoying the fucking cuetes and unas pinches chelas bien heladas en la chingada. Fuck it. So anyway, going back to the popcorn. I like my popcorn with hot sauce, Louisiana. It's fucking good.
Julius, we were talking about Nintendo and their bullshit release and Big Bad Toys and the
terrorists. Diamond. We're talking about Diamond.
Yeah, Diamond. I remember you guys mentioned that. Yeah, Diamond.
And I think you were talking about it on Friday night about what happened with Diamond and shit.
I broke it all down Friday night.
There was an update on the whole fucking Diamond.
Should we watch the stream instead of talking about it?
Let's talk about it.
We did.
Did you see the update on what happened?
The last update I know that they sued Alliance Games sued Diamond to block the selling off of their assets to add something. I can't remember. AP.
Yeah, Ad Populum and Universal.
Ad Populum Universal Alliance.
So the update is that Diamond belongs to Alliance. The judge ruled.
Yeah, because they won the bid. Because you know why the judge sided with Alliance?
Because they're shady, dude. The other guys are being shady. They're being
sketch. Yeah, but did you watch the show or did you read the whole article?
No, I had been reading like articles and so I didn't get a chance to watch your show. I would explain. I would go.
So that part, what happened was they won. They stop me if you already mentioned it. Okay, the auction happens, right? It's going on. Mm-hmm. The company that makes the linking logs and the connects and all those toys that you could build stuff.
That's Universal.
No, that wasn't Universal. It was another company.
Ad Populum.
No, it was a whole different company.
Okay,
they bid 50. They bid 50 million right off the bat.
Wow.
And after that, Ad Populum and Universal they joined forces, which was unusual, but apparently not illegal, but unusual because it's always a single entity that does the bidding. But this time they joined forces.
Ad Populum is NECA.
Is what?
Is NECA.
Make it
Okay.
twice.
NECA Toys.
Did they also do Lincoln Logs too?
No, Ad Populum is NECA Toys. I think the Lincoln Logs is someone else. But
Yeah,
anyway.
they right off the bat bid for 50, like right off the gate, 50 million. They asked for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went up to 60, and then when Alliance said 62, the representative that represented both Universal and Ad Populum like yelled out, "We're out." Like he actually yelled out, "We're out."
Wow.
And the Diamond person stopped the bid. He paused it. And
Oh
then
shit. Okay.
and then he asked the Universal rep to go talk to him outside the room, which was undisclosed. No one knows what they talked about. And then when they came back in, they did the help. They opened up the bid again, and they reluctantly gave it over to Alliance. And so after that, the lawyers of Alliance kept calling the Diamond lawyers, saying, "Hey, we need to sit down so we can hash out exactly what we're gonna, take on, what we're gonna buy, all that stuff, right?" And they held off. They're like, "Oh, we'll." They kept rescheduling. Until finally they said, "Okay, let's sit down." They sat down and they said, "Okay, before we do this, there's actually 5 more points that you get that we kind of forgot to mention at the beginning of the auction, but here they are now." It was like 5 financial economic points or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so the lawyers from Alliance said, "Okay, we'll look at this to see." And they looked at it and they agreed to all 4 except for one, which was the 5th one that I guess they just brought out of their ass.
Which is the fifth one.
It was an additional, and then they asked for an additional 14 million on top of what they already won.
Oh shit.
And Alliance said, "Okay, we'll cover it." And that's when they freaked out and they ghosted them. Because my guess, which was what I speculated on Friday, was my guess is that when the Diamond and the Alliance and the Universal and the AP person like met, they probably told them stall it and try to find something to get them to want to pretty much what do you call it? Oh gosh, I had a brain for it.
Like they were being fucking. There was
decline the offer. Decline the offer. Like be so ridiculous that they'll decline the offer and say, "You know what? Forget you. Here it is. Take it back. We don't want it no more." And then they'll slide back to.
So they called their bluff and shit.
They called their bluff, pretty much, bro. So
bitches tranzas.
That's all tranzas, bro.
It is tranzas, bro. But I can understand why he did it because Universal Alliance does comic book distribution in Canada. And they wanted to open up shop in the US, but they couldn't because of Diamond. So they did a backdoor deal kind of thing where it's like, "Look, we could do 60 million. If you could meet us at 60 million, we'll be able to buy it." And so I guess when Alliance outbid them, it threw a monkey wrench into those old plans because after they bought Diamond, they were going to open up shop here in the US and keep the floppies alive.
I heard that Alliance only wanted to use like Diamond's networking or whatever the fuck in order to expand their shit.
Yes. They saw that as highly valuable, which is why they kept saying, "Okay, fine, we'll pay you the 14 million extra. Screw it," because it is valuable, bro. The networking system is huge. It's like huge valuable.
Those are niches that they can't get into. I'm sure they already have their, like I was telling Oli, they have their clients. But if they can get into those other niches where they haven't been able to touch, then shit, it would open up a lot more for them.
Absolutely. So in a way, like, yeah, it's tranzas, but at the same time, like I mentioned in the show on Friday, I was like, you know what, I gotta give Diamond at least credit for trying to save comics, for trying to sell it to a company that wanted to keep the comic book.
That's what I wanted to get to as far as the title of the show. You know, the second death of comics and shit, because that's pretty much what I figured out, man. Like, this is fucking. If it's not the death knell, it's pretty damn close, because now that Alliance has officially been called the owners of Diamond, ya se chingaron, it's done.
Well, I don't think it's a death. I think it's more of a death of an avenue for distributing comics, because Marvel and DC and Image, the bigger ones, they already moved over. So nothing's going to happen there. It's just the smaller publishers are the ones that are going to be hurt. And it's going to be a lot harder for people like you and I, who are trying to get our comic books into shops outside our respective,
But what about which publisher said that they're gonna start like moving indie titles, like help distribute?
It was I think Massive.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Massive. They're probably hashing out the system, bro, because there's got to be a system in place.
because that's gonna be, I think, our avenue. Honestly, if we want to get into shop,
If it does well, but we don't know
it,
how the logistics are going to work
exactly.
for that, because remember, for distributing, it's all courier, right? It's either you have your own vehicles, like your own vans or your own people who drive the stuff to the places, or you use a third party to get your stuff out.
I mean, if they, I mean, I wouldn't mind shipping them out. Like I'll print my books, get my books in, and okay, these shops place orders, so fulfill them. And
Well,
okay,
that's what we're headed for, man. Like it's gonna be on our own. Like we have to do all the
yeah,
Yeah,
legwork. That's where we're
yeah,
headed.
that's pretty much how it is. Yeah.
that's doable, man. I mean, hell yeah.
I mean, it's doable, but I'm starting to learn as I'm doing my own thing, and I'm sure you guys are doing your own. It's a little
Uh-huh.
tough because, for me, I like being more creative than I do like being a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Up,
You know?
of course.
No, and well, I guess my point is that is not only do we have to do it ourselves, is that people like myself, I'm sure like you too, Ray, people who pay out of pocket to get our books done because there's no bankrolling going on. It's all money that we save, the little nickels and dimes we save from our day job, if we're lucky enough through crowdfunding.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, considering how crowdfunding has been burned out a little bit because of late books, because of high priced books, and then when you do get them, the books aren't the greatest. They
No.
don't have the highest quality print. They don't have the story isn't that high quality, and someone paid $30 for it.
Yeah.
They could
Kind of
do the
feel
quality, dude. The print quality. It's the story.
well, and now yeah, but yeah, the story, and so you have like now you have backers who are like even more like careful as to who they back. So, I guess my point is that people like you and I, we're gonna have to like outsource that. We're gonna have to find someone to help us with that because it's too much, honestly, to do it by yourself now. Especially if you want to keep up and compete with other creators who I've seen creators who I've been following for years now. They're in their third book already at this point.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm still here. I am still behind. So. And that's because they probably have a support system. They probably have someone working with them. They may not have a large team like for instance, Eric July, who has like a whole team of people helping them.
Do you think people are gonna start pitching to Eric July now? Now that
I think so.
I think
so.
I think it's already started behind the scenes, man. It's already happened.
The Ripascent, right? You're talking about the Ripascent?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I would say probably, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of books,
But again, it's still at the end of the day, it's going to have to be the ones who are going to survive this are the ones who have the passion and also the talent and skill set to tell good stories.
Los Tercos, Julius, are going to be doing it.
Pick up the Sword Studio says, "Hey guys, Juanito has completed all pencils and inks for Inker. 72 pages complete. By the way, this convo is great. Coast to coast, 6x6.
Yeah.
I appreciate that very much.
At least you gained a new, someone who enjoyed it, who's enjoying it.
May the ghost of Art Bell bless you tonight, sir. Shinga. I've been saying.
Oh damn, dude! Who would have thought that mentioning Art Bell's name or his show would have got you some love and some respect?
No shit, man.
Arte Campana.
Arte Campana. Middle Movies says, I've been saying a multitude of reasons we have entered the dark age of comics. Shit.
I don't think it's a dark age, honestly. I think it's just a matter of. I think it's a renaissance period, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a hiccup.
It's definitely a hiccup, but you know what? It's fine because the beauty about the system that we have in place here in this particular country regarding industry is that you don't need permission to make your comic book.
Yeah,
that's the beautiful part about it. You guys live in El Paso. I know the scene over there is not the greatest from what you've told me, but like honestly, Ray, honestly, dude, you should be leading that shit there. You should start it up there. It may suck because someone else who's in charge of organizing shit sucks, but if you probably organize a little one, and I'm not talking about a big one, I'm talking about one where maybe it's held at a library or at some place where it's like doable in terms of like paying for the fees, and also not obviously not do it by yourself, but also try to find other people who are like-minded and start up the scene there as a little pop-up every every 3-4 months, depending on what you can do, and then start it up.
Yeah, that hueva Ray, too, Julius.
And you know what? And likewise for me, I could say the same thing for myself too. Same thing with me. I could organize something and do something here in my area and start up here little by little.
I mean, Kyle could be your fucking spokesperson, no?
Pinchy Kyle. Pinchy AI
Yeah,
Kyle.
yeah. I mean, he and I have already been talking. We're already going to start making moves. It's just a matter of moving. That's pretty much all it is. So I don't see it as a dark age. It may be a dark age in terms of, like, say, you wanting criminals to be at a shop in New Jersey or Florida. You may just have to rely on just having your book sold in like around Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, wherever, like in that immediate area in terms of print runs.
Digital, dude, ahorita.
Right now, digital is the key because digital is the best place where you could build the readership.
Come on, digital and mail order, I guess.
Yeah, it is. That's the reality of it. And it's, again, a good thing and a bad thing, because the good thing is that you still can sell your books and earn a good living if you do it right, But the downside is that you're not going to have the exposure that the mainstream corporate people have, because there's no legacy, because you gotta build that brand first.
You gotta build a legacy.
Yeah.
I think right now, like, Metal Movies was saying, the Dark Ages or whatever. I think it's more of a culling period, if you know what I mean. It's we're separating the hobbyists from the ones who are actually serious about this, from the ones that just want to get in there and make money. These are the ones that are passionate, the ones that actually want to do this no matter what. Those are the ones that are going to, rise to the top. Dream rises to the top.
Yeah, and who else is going to rise to the top are the creators who have no problem hearing critique from reviewers and peers.
That's a nice segue, sir. I enjoyed that. Thank you so much.
And that's the truth, because that's my biggest gripe with the indie scene right now, is that I see so many people get so butthurt when you do get, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you do get that good reviewer who broke down like why something that someone produced didn't work, and they can't ever hear it.
We need names
or acknowledge it.
Huh? Oli, me dejas hablar. No te enojes.
Go ahead, man.
You
read it. Yeah, I just read it. I'm still processing it, pero you already have time with it, so go ahead.
You're not gonna get mad at me. You're not gonna yell at me later.
Gotta be objective, though.
I am being objective, but there's a lot of people that haven't read it yet, and I just want to be the first one to say that it needed work. It needed work.
What needed work?
Vatican City needed work.
In what way?
In the way, híjole, you really want me to do this?
Yeah, because I might have some counterpoints to your points.
Shit, dude. Like,
that's why you want Julius here, Ray.
Yeah, that's why I want Julius here. So you know what?
Déjame los pongo juntos.
Hey, before we do that, please correct me if I'm wrong. When I looked at the Hush 2 cover again yesterday, I was actually looking at it, like actually paying attention to it. Did you guys notice in the cover the word Hush is spelled out in the buildings?
Which one? Which cover? There's like 5,000.
Cover A. The one where remember we said it's like a regular splash page.
Let me grab it. Hold on a second. Let me grab it. Hold on.
I saw that cover.
Dude, the shape of the buildings spell out Hush.
A ver.
And I caught it because the cover was laying on the stack, and it was at an angle when I looked at it, and I was like, dude, that says Hush. Those buildings that fucking says Hush. I can't believe I never saw it.
Sí, cierto.
Yeah, dude. Now the cover is dope. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
You think that's enough to make a dope cover?
I think so, because I didn't catch it.
Okay. Here we go.
It's a regular S cover, Julius. Honestly,
I
I'm
mean,
looking
the
at
Batman,
it,
yeah, the Batman
um,
pose, yeah. But I'm talking about the buildings. The buildings was a
yeah,
nice touch.
I see it. The H and then
hey,
the U is where Loeb is, and then the S is the stairway with the two, and then the Jim Lee is the other H,
Yep,
the very bottom. I'm
yep.
looking right at it right now.
Pretty
Um,
good. Pretty good. Pretty
yes,
impressive.
very.
I don't think ¿cómo se llama? Oh, Will Eisner would be proud of this. I don't think so.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, but maybe we'll actually be like, you could have just spelled it out with the buildings. That would have been
You
fine.
you should have done Hush.
Yeah, you
That.
should just gone all the way, right? Like, you should just gone all the way with it.
whatever. Will Eisner would have been like, you know what? Let me do it. One other way.
I'll do it better, dude. Get me that page rate, no?
It's cool though. I that's really cool. I'm glad that you brought that up. I didn't even
No me gusta la I don't like the cover, dude.
the
Honestly,
cover. That cover, no. I like cover. Which one did I like? Because I got
it's
all
just like,
the covers.
hey guys, I'm Batman.
What?
We
Batman Hush
Batman
Hold on,
Hush
hold on.
2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Que dice Metal Movies.
Jeff Loeb's return.
My buddy Jeff Loeb. For me, it's a dark age to do with LCS closing.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Funding is burnt. Oh shit.
Yeah, you know what? Metal. That's pretty much on the money right there, man. Yeah, I agree with you there for sure.
Dogman and Manga, man. Dogman and Manga. The Hush cover that I liked is probably going to be the fucking Joker cover. Not the one where the Joker's dead, but the other one where Batman's fighting Hush and then the Joker's laughing in the background.
Oh, okay.
Like the purple cover. That one's pretty cool. I like that one. So I still have to read this. I haven't read it. It's just been sitting there. I got the Peacemaker presents Vigilante and Eagly double feature. I'm excited about that one.
Oh, nice. Very
I
nice.
got them. But
dude, none of these covers stand out, man. Jesus.
it's all they all look like interior pages. Don't get me wrong, that's cool. You know, it's Jim Lee art, but I don't know. But
Overrated, guys. I'm sorry.
As far as Vatican City,
Oh yeah, let's go back and see. Yeah.
I like Berg's artwork if he didn't color his own stuff. I understand that they're going for mood. I understand that they're going for certain things, and I don't want to spoil anything in the book because there's a lot of people that haven't read it and they're like anxious to read it. So I'm not going to go into the whole facets of the story or anything like that. But some of the sequentials work and some of them don't. The coloring really like needs work, and I'm sorry to say it. Go ahead.
I was discussing this with Dominic because he saw some of the pages.
Yeah.
And he suggested, why not just go like use crazy palettes? And then I remember, didn't they do that with 499? Like they like use these like very colorful, like almost neon highlighter colors?
Yes.
And I'm almost like, shit. I mean, it's because like I told Ray earlier, this was my first Narwhal book. I never backed his books. I'm sorry, Narwhal, if you're hearing this. I didn't back Earthbound or Nosferatu and all his other stuff. So this is like my first experience reading, looking at sequentials. And I need to compare and contrast with his other work, so I could like definitely say I don't know. So I withheld my judgment right now on the sequentials. But the coloring, I think they did need a little bit of work.
At first, when I saw it, I thought it was someone else coloring his stuff. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it got lost in translation, whatever he was doing. I think, and you know what, he can correct me if I'm wrong. He can come at me, whatever. This is just a discussion that we're having. We're critiquing each other's work. I think that he decided not to ink his stuff and go directly into colors. And a lot of the stuff that he used, a lot of the colors that he did use were just gestures of something that was there. Like there's a scene where there's there's like buildings and the rooftops are colored, but it's just like a swash of color. And though it comes across, I still had to stop and look and really concentrate on what I was looking at in order to figure out what was going on. And there's another scene where it's like, I guess the Vatican and there's an arena, and that I think it's the same scene actually with the rooftops, but that scene just just really bothered me. I don't know why it bothered me, but it was hard to look at. Like there was a lot of negative space, and I wanted something there, and it didn't come across. It's just a lot of little things like that. And don't get me wrong, man. Like the storytelling is good. Some of the sequentials are good, but it felt rushed to me, man.
I understood the storytelling. I didn't get lost. That what I dug that. The lettering though, I didn't like the lettering. I don't think that digital lettering suits Narwhal style or that font or no sé, I don't know, something like it. Have you seen those books that the artwork is like very has a unique style?
Yeah,
And it's normal like Blambot lettering. Como que no, dude, it clashes. It's not working. It's not gelling. That's kind of how I felt. Because the sound effects is just he wrote them on the he just drew those sound effects. No,
yeah, he like drew the
so
sound.
I think that should have been the lettering. Maybe handwritten or a certain font design or something.
And don't get me wrong, man. Like I appreciate the fact that this guy's out there, that he's fucking pierced the veil, and he's like upper echelon of indie artists now. Like he's working with large shit. Fuck yeah. But of course, if you don't, I know he does take criticism. I just hope he doesn't get like too pissed off because we're like critiquing his work. But I mean, how can you grow if you don't listen to your peers, right?
Well, okay. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
Julius, what were you going to say, sir?
Well, I was going to say that, first of all, you don't know if whether or not Mark Millar is the one who told him, that looks great, let's keep it like that. That's number one. Because I'm pretty sure that was the deal when he got hired. Because remember, you have to remember, Mark Millar chose him. He handpicked him to draw this story.
Simon.
So it wasn't like he tried out and like put his name in the hat and he got picked because he was the best candidate for the job.
And that's what I said, like what I meant, that this is my first viewing of Narwhal's work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, based on what Narwhal has told, because I've been on a few streams with him on other channels,
okay.
And he did mention that in the last stream I think I was in the stream with him, and I think it was with Vaughn Coleman's channel.
Simon.
And he was on there with us and with the panel, and he did mention to us that Mark Millar is the one who reached out to him. He followed him first, and then he DM'd him and told him, "I really like your style, man. It's great style. But have you thought about doing this traditionally, not through computer? So the art you're seeing is all by hand. That's all hand drawn. So he probably used real colors as opposed to digital colors. That's my guess.
It looks digital, dude.
The coloring?
Yeah.
Well, I could ask him on Friday because he's gonna be on the show on Friday.
He's gonna be there early.
Yeah, we're gonna do
digital because
we're doing is worth the pickup.
Okay, cool. Friday. It is colored digital because there's a little like outlines around some of the characters that indicate that he used a fill bucket.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
You can use my name if you want, bro. It's fine.
No. Look. It sounds to me that you just had nitpicks, right? That's what it sounds like to me. Now, for me personally, I'm in the school of thought of let the artists express themselves the way they know how to do it best.
Yeah.
And then people are gonna either dig it or people are gonna have a problem with it. That's just the way art works.
I think we've had like that since the beginning. I think we've had this like discussion behind closed doors.
And I'll say it out here too. Like I have when the artists I work with, when they try stuff out, I don't challenge it often because for me, I see it as like, well, this is the way you think is right. I'm gonna let the readers decide whether or not this is good or not. Like for instance, when I took out that cover and I posted on X, I was actually surprised how many people reacted positively to that cover.
Which one? The Asset 13?
The Asset 13 last Thanksgiving, yeah.
That's a good cover.
I think it's really good, honestly. I just didn't think it was going to get that much traction like it did. It didn't go viral or anything, but I was surprised at the amount of people were like, wow, what is this? This looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, really, this one? Not my other stuff? Okay, cool. But
Gee.
again, it's because you never know. You
Yep.
never know what people are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So for Vatican City, I think this is a breath of fresh air. I think it's great that
Simon.
Mark Millar is doing exactly what I always say industry pros should do. Look for the fresh talent, pick them out, and give them the spotlight because they need to be seen. And Narwhal, I believe Narwhal is one of those artists because for me, it's all about you may not be the best artist, but if you have the fundamentals down and if
Claro.
there's like a certain charm to your work, it could take you a long way.
That's why I said that the sequentials are very good. You don't get lost.
Yeah,
And
he's
that
very he understands the fundamental
the
rule
panel,
of
panel to
sequential storytelling.
panel, all
Yeah,
that. And like
yeah.
I said earlier, I would like to compare his older work, the work that he did on his own.
I think
With,
Earthbound might be available for free as a PDF if you sign up to like an
oh,
email list or
okay.
something like that.
Yeah, because I mean, I understand that Mark Millar might have given him notes like, no, do it like this and shit like
Hmm.
this.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean, yeah, we know writers, right?
yeah, yeah. You always gotta when you write the script and you give it to the
Mhm.
artist, they go, "Wait, that's not
Yeah.
exactly what I was going for. Let's do this instead."
See, so that would be interesting to compare. Like how does Narwhal go like when he's free, like on his
Right,
own,
right.
compared to when he's under like supervision?
Yeah.
Like how does he hold back or does he
You
like
know
go
that again. That's
forward?
another good question, bro. I'll probably ask him that
Yeah,
when I talk to him on Friday.
write it down, Cabrón.
Yeah, I think I will. Um, but what else? And that's another thing too. I lost my train of thought. Damn it, I had it. I lost
Oh,
it.
you were saying no, Ray, that you felt it was rush.
The
The
story
story was
seemed a little bit rushed. Like I know they were trying to get quick to the point, and they introduced the characters. Um, there was a little, once again, like you're gonna say, Julius, I was nitpicking, but I mean, it's still the first issue. I'm still willing to give it another go at. I'm gonna be back for the
I,
second issue.
uh,
So let's see what happens with that. But these were just little things that I was picking up as I was reading it. It seemed rather like let's just jam pack as much as we can really quickly into this, and then we'll pick up in the
Well,
second
yeah.
issue. So
When you only have 3 issues to tell a story, yeah, you have to.
Es que Ray, I think that's what we need now, dude. In today's comics, man, get the ball rolling, man.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly
just
right.
issue one is all set up, guys. We don't care about the characters. That's
Yeah,
they're coming
exactly.
in issue 3. I mean, no
And
way, yeah, dame
and you
todo.
know what, dude? I've seen a lot of people talking about this issue. Like I've seen my timeline just full
Yeah,
of
that's a
Vatican
lot of
City
hype,
stuff. But that's a sign that readers are hungry for something a little different.
Simon.
And there's a cartoonist I follow, Rocket,
Rocket Raccoon.
not Rocket Raccoon, Rocket something. I forget. I just followed him. He followed me on Twitter a couple days ago, but he had a post where he said that what he's been noticing in the modern age of comics is that, and I'm 100% in alignment with this thought because I'm in the same boat, and that is that he feels like every comic book is a Netflix pitch,
Mm-hmm.
and he was right on the money on that. And I was looking at, like, I don't know if you guys saw my post of the what I bought alongside Vatican City. I bought Daredevil um, 161 with that Frank Miller cover where Bullseye kicks Daredevil
Simon.
from the roller coaster ride. I don't know if you guys seen that or not.
Sí.
And I also got the Captain America annual, the Mike Zeck Wolverine Captain America cover. And I was looking through all the pages of these books, and I'm like, dude, they don't make comic books like these anymore. Even the best artists out there don't go as far as Frank Miller did in issue 161 of Daredevil, and also Mike Zeck in issue 8 of Captain America Annual. Sequentials. It's
Hey.
become a lost art, like this guy
Oh,
posted, which is why I followed him because I thought he was right on the money. Sequential art storytelling has become a lost art because a bunch of people who came into the industry in the past 10 years who were college graduates were probably hobbyists, like Ray was mentioning earlier, hobbyists who read comics for fun during college but never got into it.
mm-hmm.
They just saw it as like, oh, this is nice. I could probably make a good living doing this. And so a bunch of editors and assistant editors got hired right off the bat from college, but they don't know anything about the lore. They don't know anything about the history of the characters or the books. They don't care. And it's been obvious for the past 10, 15 years that we've been seeing these books. And that also played a factor into the comic shop's closing because it drove away a lot of readers. A lot of readers who, like every generation, right? When something is great, you always want to show it off to someone else, right? That's why Kyle knows so much now about the history of great books, because I'm the one who told him, look, dude, you think this is good? Read this, this, and this, and you tell me, and you compare this to what you're reading now, and you tell me which one's better. And of course, he always comes back with like, nah, dude, the books in the 90s, in the 80s, and 90s were fucking far superior than what we have today for $5. And I was like, I know, I know, and I think that's on purpose, honestly. So it's a breath of fresh air to have a book like Vatican City come out and people are digging it because the style is just different. And that's what comic book readers like. They like stuff don't get me wrong, they still like the run the mill stuff. That's always going to be something you go for, right? But it's always nice to see them appreciating Narwhal's work, which is very unorthodox. When you look at
I want to read those or see those reviews that are just like strictly comic book people. Like what do they thought about Vatican City? No.
Yeah.
Like people that don't have any experience.
Go on TikTok. I'm sure there's plenty of those.
Yeah, people. No, on TikTok they're more like kind of like us, no, like varied taste. But those people that they just stick with Image. I mean, Marvel and DC.
Oh, right. Yeah, the Marvel heads.
Yeah. All like, comics are a certain style. Like, blah blah blah. Let's see what those guys have to say.
They probably won't like it.
Because Mark Millar, I mean, that guy's well loved, dude. No, every book he makes is a hit. So let's see what it's either reaction.
So really quickly, just going back to a comment that you said, Julius, do you feel like the way that this book comes across, is it like a Netflix pitch? Is that what you're saying? Or
Vatican City?
Yeah.
No, not Vatican City.
I could see it as a Netflix movie, honestly.
Well, I mean, you have to remember Netflix bought Millar World.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's right.
I think the reason why Mark Millar went back to comics was because when he first sold Millar World to Netflix, he probably tried to focus on doing the live action stuff and the stuff for Netflix, the Netflix shows, either animated or movies or TV shows. And maybe, I'm guessing, this is again speculating here, is that after a while he realized, wait a second, if I don't write the books, how am I going to keep making new material to funnel people, my fans, to watch the shows? And that's why I think that's why he went back and he made Big Game, because Big Game was like the reintroduction to the older characters that we got to learn years ago, right? Wanted, Kick-Ass, and he brought them all, and Nemesis too. And so he brought them all back, and now they're sharing this universe. And I think this is probably the beginning of like him regaining his readership. So that way, when they do the shows and they do the movies, they're gonna funnel to Netflix when they produce it.
So this is not part of the Millarverse, you think, or is this like you think?
I didn't see any. I didn't see Kick-Ass or anybody mentioned when the story was starting.
I mean, the way that it reads is like the world's fucked in the first 3 pages and shit.
Yeah, dude, the world falls the first 3 pages.
It feels like a global 30 Days of Night, no?
Like a zombie, like a Walking Dead kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I
like the premise.
The premise is great.
Yeah.
I like the premise up to a point. Up to
what point?
Up until the end, when they said like, "Oh, well, this is why we're here. That's why they're here."
Why was that a problem? I mean, obviously, without spoiling it.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because
did they steal it from the Kryptonals or something?
No. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that it was so like why would that? I mean, of course, I'm asking why, but I have to still give it another issue and see why. If you understand what that
Yeah, I
Vatican
know,
has.
but why? But why was that a problem for you though? That's my question.
To me, it was cliche.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fair. That's
It was
fair.
cliche. Yeah. And I mean, unless Millar spins it in a way that I'm not expecting, but I kind of already figured out what I think it is, and it probably will be. Mel Movie says it's the best thing in the vampire genre since the Strain, 30 Days of Night, and hopefully the Puritanian, God damn it, by our buddy Brian Christgau and Matt Burke. I'm,
Oh,
I'm
see?
very curious about that one now, the Puritanian. Um, I don't know. We'll talk about that off air because we some people have not read the book, so don't worry about that. But I mean, those are my critiques, I guess you could say. And once everybody reads it a little bit more, I'll reread it again because I read it really quickly. I've been really really fucking busy, but yeah, we'll go from there and see.
I
But
was BC.
¿verdad?
I was
Todo es pinche
BC.
busy. No, pues me castigaron estos güeyes. Tuve que pinche trabajar 5 días.
Oh,
De
really? What did you do?
That's a whole other story, man. I'll tell you that some other time. Anyway, um, no, más.
It's your Ray.
So yeah, that was some of the critiques that I had. The rest of it I would go into, but then it's not spoiling the story, so we'll just wait on that. But overall, what would you rate it, Julius? What would you rate it
Out of what?
on a scale of A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
A being top and G being the lowest.
A
I'll
plus
give it.
being top,
I'll give it 3 popes out of 5. I don't
3
know.
popes out of 5.
G pops out of 5. Oh my jeez.
I dug it. I'll buy the next one. I'll read the next
By the
one.
next one, all right, that's good.
I hope Easy has it so I can pick it up. From
Yeah, I know that's. Mhm. Go ahead, Julius.
Well, out of 10, I give it a solid 8. It was a great opening. It started right off the bat. It didn't. There's no time to breathe, which I think that was the whole point of it, considering the
Yeah.
fact that the second page, he said, "Oh yeah, we already took it over. Like it's over. Don't even bother caring."
Everyone's
Like,
fucked.
no one's
Everyone's
gonna save
dead.
you.
I
We're
dig
eating everybody.
that fucking storytelling. I see. Boom.
Yeah,
La volada.
and so at the end of it, I mean, now that Ray mentioned it, I kind of do agree with that ending. It is kind of cliche, now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm with you there, but at one point during Big Game, when I was reading it, I thought it was going to go a certain direction, and then Mark Millar just went in a whole different direction. So I'm assuming,
That's what I'm expecting, man. That's what I'm waiting
Yeah.
for because he has that that tendency to kind of like, oh shit, don't be throwing dishes. I'm sorry, I take it back.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was my bad. Sorry, guys. I just put a dish away.
I'm gonna give it an A minus.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Out of
Pues A B C D F G, wait, pues A minus.
8? You
An A minus.
gave it an
not
A or
an
or
A
an A
minus,
minus, okay.
not an A plus. An A minus.
I mean, that's fine. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's like
it's
an
good.
80, no? 90, 85? No.
It's
90,
like a
no?
it's like a 92.
92.
What'd you get on this? Why didn't you get 100? Oh, I got a 92. It's still an A. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
could have got 100. Like, okay. You could be like your friend out there in the playground selling fucking popcorn, but no, here you are getting a fucking 92. All right, nobody got that. Anyway.
Ándale, menso. Pinche menso.
Could be like China, but no, you want to be over here like the USA. So yeah, that's my thing on that. No, I was just curious because everybody was reading it, so I was like, fuck it, let's go get it. So we got it, read it. Okay, that's what it is.
Where did you get it from?
I have my sources, sir. I have my sources. Where'd you get it from, bro?
Where did you get it from? I got my sources too. Sorry, Narwhal. I'll pick up a copy.
That's a good thing.
I'll support the cause, no?
Support the cause, bro. Support the cause. You know what's really sad, man? What I find really sad? I've never been able to find the crypto nodes on the high seas. That kind of sucks.
Bueno, güey.
No, was me agüita. I think that's like, like when you make it to the dollar bin, like, oh right, fuck yeah, I made it to the dollar bin.
You know what I found like on like on zombie sites.
What?
The first infestation book.
Shut up! Really?
Yeah, the first one that the Infestación Cero, the first issue.
That's
Was,
fucking cool. Why didn't you tell me?
well, it was like a long time ago. I just remembered right now.
Damn. Should have told me, man. I would have checked it out. But so yeah, man, that's mostly what we were wanting to talk about today. Just like the state of the industry, how it seems like it keeps dying and resuscitating every fucking week.
Like a
Um,
zombie now, dude.
yeah, it's like a zombie, dude. It just keeps going and shit. Um, I was started listening because Liefeld is back on the air. He's like doing his podcast again, and I was started listening to the newest one or one of the newest ones, and he was talking about inflated.
Eagles.
No, not egos. Worse than that. Um, inflated sales figures.
Oh,
Yeah,
uh-oh.
he was talking about inflated sales figures and how people are getting away with that. People have too much respect to piracy. So I said, "Wow, thank you, some person. I appreciate that very much. That deserves a golf clap." Right there.
Wait, you talking about like inflated sales numbers that people put out like Marvel or DC or like whatever? Like you talking about
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
Like when they use manga to like prop themselves up.
Yeah, that's what he started talking about. I didn't finish listening to it. I wanted to listen to it, but that's what he started talking about. I was like, that's interesting. I want to look into that. Like, what are the sales figures that they're saying? And he started going into a little bit like a good month for Marvel is selling like 60,000 units or some shit like that.
That sounds
60,000.
about right.
But
Sounds about
60,000
right.
units across the board. That means like
I
all their
know.
fucking books combined and shit.
Yeah,
Fuck, bro.
yeah, dude. Yeah, because like I said, the less comic shops there are out there, the less numbers they're gonna sell.
Hmm.
That's why it was such uh, a huge deal for these comic shops to be closing down.
Yep.
And it sucks that a lot of these pros and also industry insiders are saying, "Oh, look at the manga sales. Comic books are better than ever." It's like, yeah, and it's so disingenuous when they say it. So like smug. And I'm talking about like Heather McDonald. I'm talking about people like her,
Okay.
journalists like her, who like just like throw in our faces, like not realizing like, yeah, it's good for the Japanese companies who produce manga. They're getting the money, not the American companies here, not the comic shops. Comic shops are unique and great because they're decentralized.
Okay.
And it means, and more stores that are out there, the more books that Marvel, DC, Image can sell.
Hmm.
And the less there are of those stores, the less people are going to get those books. And on top of that, you had, you know, I would say probably at the best, bro, like right now, in terms of writers, like writer wise, I would say most writers, with few exceptions, are probably like B or C level at the most
Yeah.
in terms of telling stories. And there's nothing wrong with that because you always need workhorses, right? People, it's like that McFarlane quote that Kyle told me when he went to WinterCon, when he talked about breaking in as an artist. He's all, do you want to be the Michelangelo and take forever to meet your deadline, but it's going to look perfect? Or are you going to be the workhorse who maybe not get it perfect, but they get the job done?
Yep.
Who are you going to be? Because you can't be both. And he's right. You can't be both. You either got to be one or the other. And I feel like writers today that quote unquote make it or quote unquote break in, they only break in because one, they probably knew someone who knew somebody who got them a gig, and they're fast and they got the job done. But there's no A-list talent that are writers. There's a lot of A-list artist talent out there,
Yeah.
but the writers are not there anymore. And I mean, who knows what the real reason is, but I'm pretty sure I can guess what the reasons are. And that is that a lot of these editors and assistant editors have their friends, hire their friends.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. They don't care about talent. They don't care about making sales. They only care about like, well, he's my friend, so I'm going to get this person jobs. I don't care. I'm the editor of this book, so I can hire whoever I want. And they hire their friends. And their friends keep writing stuff that's like, eh. Kyle always told me, every time I tell him, oh, did you read any new books over the weekends? Oh yeah, I read this, and this one. And I was like, what'd you think of it? He was like, yeah, all right.
What's
And
memorable about them? You should ask him like, what's memorable about them? He probably won't be like,
yeah,
I don't remember.
do you remember Ray and you too, Oli?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember buying books where you just had to read it in your car, inside your car at the parking lot when you
Oh
left the
yeah,
store?
fuck
Those days
yeah,
are long gone, dude. Those days are no more.
pretty much, man. And that was without like social media, without internet.
Yeah.
It was just hyped
Hmm.
up because the story was pushing it along, and you just couldn't wait to the next issue, man. Like,
Exactly. And that's another lost art too, is the cliffhanger.
mm-hmm.
Most writers don't know how to write cliffhangers anymore.
When I stopped buying books and got into Civil War, that's how I felt. Like reading. Who wrote that? Millar?
Yeah, Millar wrote that.
Yeah, not about that.
The normal series, right?
Yeah, the Civil War.
The 1 to 7, and
Mm-hmm.
the artwork, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I was like that with like every month. Like I didn't go to shops. I didn't know where to buy them anymore because I mean, yeah, I think I didn't have a visa during that time.
Shinko.
So yeah, dude, I was like disconnected. And yeah, I found out that Civil War. What is this? And yeah, dude, I downloaded like I couldn't like wait for each issue
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, damn, picalote.
Dude, I felt that way about Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan
That
was
too.
like that. And then what pissed me off the most was like the last issue was so late. And I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, man? Like I waited and
Yeah.
waited, and waited. And finally they came out with the last issue and had like 7,000 different variant covers and all this other dumb bullshit. I was like, I just want the fucking book. And it was a double-sized book too, because they had waited so long. And I was like, fuck yeah, finally. That was one of those that I just couldn't help but just read it immediately. Like I needed to look at it at least immediately because I had been waiting for so long. But yeah, those days are long gone. When was the last book that actually did that for you?
Big game for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That one was good.
And
For,
right now,
for,
and Alien versus Avengers.
Yeah, that one's doing it right now too.
for
So
Domo, I think that was Chainsaw Man. Honestly, we would buy it from Barnes and he would just start reading it on the car the way back home.
see,
Nice.
that's cool.
See,
And
and
for
that's
you,
and actually that's like the story that got him reading comics. Way Pichi
oh really?
Domo, he wasn't a comic reader until Chainsaw Man hit.
There you go.
Now
Sometimes
he's
it takes one book. It
now
takes
he's
one book
reading
sometimes.
Pichi Daniel Klaus, the Logan Vasquez, and
Nice.
o sea, a whole bunch of manga, Harvey Picar and shit like that.
That's fucking cool, man. And you, Ali, which was the last book that did that for you?
Pues lo que dije, güey, Civil War.
That was it. That was the last one.
Sí, güey, no, ahorita no, güey, ahorita.
Hey, he's being honest, bro. That's all that
Sure.
matters.
I was like, holy crap, man, that was a long time ago. Shit.
I'm trying to remember. No, güey, nada.
Was wow? No, pues wow.
No, pues wow.
No, pues wow. Shit, dude. Yeah, and see, that's the thing, man. Like now with books, it's like you give them a chance. We were talking about this a while back too. Like you give it a chance, and people are more, I guess, not conservative with what they want to get, with what they want to buy. But people keep, companies keep pushing out just whatever.
So,
And I don't know, man. Like I picked up the Ultimate Wolverine. I've been like reading it. It's on issue 3 now, but it's just rehash of rehash, and it sucks, dude. Because I expected something different, something else, and no, it's just they just.
Is it Dennis Camp?
I'm just gonna fucking spoil it. It's just they took Bucky and made him Wolverine. That's it. That's all they did. That's all they fucking did. They took the Winter Soldier and made him Wolverine. So, Middle Movie says, I love the new 52 Batman, Swamp Thing, Jonah Hex, Frankenstein, Deathstroke, Red Hood, Demon Knights, all on my pool. Just DC. They fucked up. Yeah. So, honestly, there is a lot of great mainstream and indie now, but the scene is burnt. It's very true. Everyone's being very careful.
you're just doom and gloom, pinchy metal movies. Cheer up.
This guy.
Well, I mean, look. The to add to Metal, what Metal's is saying here, which he's not wrong, but the key is for people like you, people like me, who still can enjoy certain things. You know, I helped him. He mentioned DC Comics. DC Comics has been actually coming out with some pretty good stuff lately, like good stuff. Like even Kyle was telling me, like, dude, I think DC's coming back up because so far everything I've read from Jeremy Adams, now he's exclusive to DC and he's writing Green Lantern and Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling me, dude, those two books are like really good. I'm actually really enjoying them. I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen next. And I read Zatanna, the new Zatanna series. I forget the artist. It's a writer and artist who's doing it. He's doing both writing and drawing. And that book is phenomenal, dude. Like I was surprised how good it was. Let's just put it that way. So that's another DC book. So I think maybe the James Gunn being the head of the DCU is probably playing a role in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess. I don't know, but I think this coming year DC might be the one that's gonna outdo Marvel in terms of sales, in terms of hype. Because so far they've hit it. They've hit on their targets from the little books that I've been reading so far.
I hope so, because Marvel is not putting anything out that is interesting me at all, man. Like we get little glimpses of what could be, and it just falls flat. I mean, look at what happened with the Weapon X series. They canceled it like mid-series.
I know, dude. They made it into a miniseries instead of a.
Oh, is that what they said? Like, no, it was a miniseries all along. No bullshit. They fucking canceled.
Mandela effect. No, it's a miniseries all along.
Yeah.
Like nothing in Marvel other than fucking Aliens versus Avengers. Nothing is fucking stirring anything up. And where the fuck is Aliens versus Avengers? It's like late, isn't it?
I think it's late. Yeah.
That should have been a fucking graphic novel, dude. Like the whole shebang.
Yeah, I agree. But again, it's just floppies are. I don't know, man. Like the system that we have has to change. Yeah. Either like the mainstream has to adapt, or they're just gonna keep going floppies until they die. Which I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen.
You think what's happening right now with Diamond is that gonna like change the system
for indies? For indies, yeah.
I mean, how we like present our work now.
Yes.
Because I know that Random House, Penguin, Lunar are still distributing floppies.
They are, but they're doing it for the bigger publishers who can do 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 units. Yeah, we can't do 40,000, 60,000 units.
Mm-hmm. Exacto.
Unless you the name brand, it gets to a point where you have 60,000 customers that are going to buy your book.
And neta, I'll fucking roll a dice with Kryptonos like Volume 1 using Massive's distribution service.
You think?
And hope for the best, dude. No, just
as floppies.
No way, as a trade.
Like to reissue the trade.
A graphic novel. Yeah. Well, that's the scale you have to weigh your options on because a trade or a graphic novel like you want to deliver it as, you didn't write it in that format. You wrote it as a floppy story. So doing the trade or the graphic novel style, it's still going to read like a collected issue, like collected books into one, as opposed to one whole story in one book. So I would say I would take the risk with the floppies because you already have them.
I don't know, already have them. A lot of things can happen, and you can be stuck in the water again. And shit.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in issue 4 again, guys.
No, shut up! Don't say that shit.
O sea, I'm like the manga route, dude. Give them the whole fucking story. Oh, you want the next issue? Okay, maybe we'll go as a floppy way.
I want the manga route, but I also want the translated route because it seems like everyone wants to translate it now.
Timon.
Everyone wants to translate everything and shit. I just sent Pancho, a dude from here in town that made his book. He has one floppy, but he wants to translate it. And he's never done comics before. He used to own a comic book shop. And he asked me, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, man. Yeah, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, man, can you get my book translated? And I'm like, no, I can't. but I can get somebody that can. So I sent Pancho the information and stuff. So
I
let's
got
see if
news about that, but I'll tell you after the show.
Órale. Cool. I mean, honestly, like I want to roll the dice. I want to strike now. Like I was saying, I was listening to Liefeld's stream and shit or podcast or whatever. And he reminded me of two things, man. He reminded me of two things. Number one, the 777 rule. Do you guys know what the 777 rule is?
No.
The seventh son of the seventh son?
No, close. And we inadvertently we write this in the 777 rule style. It's fucking crazy. Like he fucking broke it down. So every 7 pages, something happens. So it's supposed to end with a big fight. So 7 pages is the exposition. It sets everything up, and then the next 7 pages is like your meat of the story of like what the fuck is going to happen in the issue, and then the last 7 pages are the action. Nothing but fucking action, and then it ends on a cliffhanger, and then you're back for the next one. And that's like how you are supposed to write the Marvel way or whatever the fuck.
Is that the last podcast?
This is the second to the last podcast when he was talking about this.
What's the name of the episode?
April 7th. It's what the fuck is going on here? And I think that's the name of the fucking one.
That's a very fucking good question, man.
No shit, like, I didn't get all the way through it. He has two out. He has that one, and the newest one I think dropped. Metal Movies and Brewski says, I'm living it, making comics, promoting books, having guests on, doing indie fan art, buying from LCCS, doing commissions, producing content for 2 YouTube channels, and trying to make a better scene. Thank you.
We should have the show one of these nights.
Yeah, we had him before. We had to have him back, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while, so yeah, we should have him back and shit. Hopefully,
and Chris Gao, get that fucker.
Fucking Brian. Brian, just so he can piss everybody off and shit. Not us, but everybody else and shit.
Say me happy birthday, Brian. God damn it.
And then the second thing that he was saying is how Hollywood is kind of not interested in making any more superhero movies right now because of the lack of fucking movement on Marvel's part. And that they're saying that if Superman tanks, if Superman does not fly, then that will probably mark the end of this era of superhero movies and shit.
So I'm optimistic about Superman.
I am too. I want to see it.
Yeah, that's why it looks interesting.
I know Julius wants to see it. I mean, look at his fucking avatar right there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it. I always watch a Superman movie no matter who does it because I always like to give it a chance. So I know Zack Snyder is not the greatest director, but I still enjoyed Man of Steel to this day.
All right.
and also Batman v Superman. I also enjoyed that one as well.
There was aspects of it that were good, but I'm sorry.
Did you watch the director's cut?
No.
It was a lot better.
Really?
If I'm being honest, yeah, it was a lot better watching because you get the whole picture with the director's cut.
The only director's cut I'm interested in is the Daredevil movie because I found out that the director's cut has like more story.
Yeah.
More sequences, more like they flesh out.
That movie sucked.
But honestly, I didn't like Daredevil, but I'll give that a chance and not the Zack Snyder shit, honestly. So I'm sorry, guys.
There was a meme that I saw that was fucking like very poignant. It said, "Face it, the Snyderverse is dead. Move on."
No, and that's true. Yeah, move on. You know what it is? It's just I have to remind myself that there are young people out there who enjoy the same things that we enjoy, and I always forget that. And I have to remind myself they don't know how the system works.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder got hired to do a job.
Timon?
And that's it. He didn't pitch it to DC as like, here's what I'm gonna do. They reached out to him and asked him, are you interested in doing this? Because his last movie did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why he got it. And he did his best. It wasn't going to be the greatest. I knew from the get-go because I've seen his movies in the past, and I knew this guy's not going to cut it. He's not going to cut it. He didn't. Even when I watched that 3-hour Justice League movie, kind of hoping maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he grew. Maybe he matured. Whatever. But no, he didn't. He didn't mature. He didn't grow. It was still the same Zack Snyder flashy imagery but no story
Yeah,
style.
I liked his Army of the Dead movie though.
it had potential, but
Even I like how it began. That was badass.
yeah, the way it began was cool.
Pero
But
sí tuvo cosas
But that's what he is. He's cool. Like, oh, this
it's
was
like
cool.
it's like Michael Bay, no?
Michael Bay is all flash, dude. I mean, and it's fun to watch, but
But Michael Bay still has a story to his movies.
Hey, the
Like Bad
beginning,
Boys, Bad Boys still has a story to it. It may be a weak story in the run of the mill like surface story, but it still has a story to it. You still
dude,
care.
his Pain and Gain movie. Damn, I love that movie.
is that the
I'm
one
sure it's great.
with The Rock?
Yeah,
Oh, really? And Mark Wahlberg?
the fucking bodybuilders, thieves.
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
I
so
remember
fucking absurd and over the top.
But it was based on a true story, dude.
a true
That shit actually
story.
did happen. Chingao.
Anthony Mackie is their Falcon.
Pinche
Yeah,
Anthony
movie.
Mackie.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, The Rock.
I'm curious for the Thunderbolts. I am, because I mean I read the Thunderbolts from the beginning, and it was a really cool concept at first, but now it's
Suicide
like
Squad for Marvel. Is that it?
the what? I'm sorry, the Last
Suicide
Hurrah.
Squad for Marvel Comics.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you know what? You know what's interesting about that concept for Thunderbolts is we saw them being bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
That in the comic books, yeah.
Except
And the
for
movies.
except for the Sentry,
Yeah.
and that's another thing too. Like nobody knows who the fuck the Sentry is, and everybody's like, well, "What is he? What is he?" It's like, dude, if you had read the comics, you would know how fucking dangerous the fucking Sentry is. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, it's fucking Tony. Look at Tony.
Tony Madrasos. What's up, man?
Así que aquí es la reunión para el búnker para la caída del mercado de cómics. Sí, señor.
Vamos, güey.
Aquí mero. Fucking shit.
A ver, ¿qué pasa? El problema de Thunderbolts es que va a recibir parte del año de Captain America cuarto. Yeah, exacto. Yep.
It's very
Translate,
true.
Ray.
It means that the problem with Thunderbolts it's gonna fall prey to the whole, Captain America failure. So people aren't gonna watch it because Captain America 4 sucked out.
Yeah.
Nobody liked it. So that's
Well, don't ever underestimate the power of the word of mouth.
I hope so, because it's on the day before Free Comic Day, like olden times, like back in the old days.
Right.
And the guys making the movie have done pretty cool movies, dude. So,
What have they done?
They did a new trailer and they've done like Midsummer, all those fucking crazy horror movies.
Really?
So-
And they were doing a superhero movie?
Yep.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the Thunderbolts has that element of horror. If you focus on like the Sentry, for example, because I mean,
I can see that.
see that, yeah. So it's a ver, let's see what they give us and shit, man. I'm curious. And to make it worse, Besuedes says what?
Besides us, Basement Comic Readers.
Who the fuck is Sentry?
His appearance in New Avengers, it was pretty badass, no? Or
Yeah.
Avengers Disassembled, no?
The Dark Avengers, man.
Dark
When he
Avengers.
came,
I don't remember.
the
Too
Dark
many
Avengers.
this motherfucker.
The part that everybody remembers, and if you guys want to go look for the comic, this is who the Sentry is. The Sentry shows up at the raft. Carnage is killing everybody in the fucking place. The Sentry grabs Carnage, flies into the fucking atmosphere, and just rips him apart. The end. That's who the fucking Sentry is.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty much a whacked out Superman. That's pretty much what it is.
it's a fucking whacked out Superman and shit. It's
That's
Brightburn.
all it is. It was created by Paul Jenkins. The character was supposed to be Paul Jenkins' only his creation, but then Marvel hijacked it and made it into this fake story where supposedly Stan Lee created it and he forgot. And that's how they sold the character, which I thought was kind of fucked up on their part, considering that Paul Jenkins probably put a lot of time and effort into writing this character's like backstory.
They found it on Stan Lee's casket, no?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a character. Wow.
No, he was still alive during that time.
Have you seen that? The Kickstarter for the Stan, is it over yet?
It got canceled, dude.
Really? What happened?
Why? What happened?
Was I guess the moral police got to him. I don't know.
So
But it
he
was all
canceled it. Like he canceled the GoFundMe.
Yeah, he canceled. I just saw like a headline. I didn't read it, but Kickstarter
Oh wow,
canceled.
I didn't know that, dude. I
Yeah.
gotta look into that. Well, to be honest, when he announced it and then he did the GoFundMe, I was like, wait a second, is that kind of like the same thing, bro? That you're accusing these people of doing? Why don't they just put the movie together and then sell it
He's
afterwards?
being he's just a vulture again. He's doing yeah.
he's one of them.
Was he
One
one of
of
them?
them.
That's what I was
One
thinking
of
too. I
them.
was like, is he one of those guys who exploited him, and now he's pretending like that actually was
He
defending him this
was
whole
he
time?
was recording everything while they were exploiting him. So now that he can exploit the exploit of Stanley,
You can exploit the exploiters.
the exploitation. That's
That's
a
weird.
whole
Wait,
other
wait.
conversation.
Was this the outcome of someone calling him out? Or was this the outcome of someone else calling him out, calling his bullshit, calling his bluff?
Nah, no sad way,
That's a good question, man. Like,
but all
I
that
would
shit
like
was
it.
kind of fucking shady, dude. Honestly,
No, yeah, me too. When I saw the clip when he's like, "Oh, I thought it was done." Now I was like, "Wait a second. If the guy who's the abuser is doing that, but he's still recording, if I was, I'm not. If I were in his shoes, if I was the abuser first, let's just say, and I saw someone recording, I probably wouldn't be acting that way if I see
yeah,
someone recording it.
I would do something about it. Shit.
So maybe that guy was part of it, bro. Maybe he was part of the exploiters too.
Simon.
Chingado, man. Shit, people.
Those
Let's
pinche.
get everybody wants to make a fucking dollar, dude.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Stuck
Well, this-
away. I'm gonna show everybody how they exploited Stan Lee.
Yeah,
But
and then,
I was one
by-
of them.
By
but you gotta help me raise $100,000 first.
20, everybody needs to give me $30, and we'll tell the truth.
We'll tell the truth.
Yeah,
Because the truth costs money. So,
yeah.
I have
Jeez,
to pay
dude.
rent, guys.
chinga, ya me agüité. Thanks a lot.
I gotta dedicate 24 hours
But
of my
Tony-
life to make this.
Tony, were you at La Conque when Stan Lee came to Mexico? Because I was there. I saw Stan Lee pass by.
That's true. They used Stanley's blood to sign comics. It's pretty fucked up, bro. Every single time Marvel would fuck up a Marvel event, they would call Sentry to save the moment, just like they use Captain Marvel nowadays.
Oh, fuck.
No, pero estuve en Alamo City Comic Con.
All right, say.
You can watch it now for $5.
But you gotta give me some of your money, hard-earned money, cash.
No shit, dude. Fucking this madre, man. Fucking.
Ching.
Oh! Before we go, you want to hear a crazy pawn story?
All right, do it.
This is my crazy pawn story for you. Other than the guy that was pissed drunk trying to buy guns after saying that he was crazy and dancing around the store, that was one of them. But
What?
whatever. Yeah, pretty much. The one that fucked me up was yesterday. So I'm standing there. Some dude walks into the shop, and he's like, he would say "sir" for everything. Hello, sir. I'd like to sell some things, sir, if that's possible, sir. Like, oh, okay, sure, no problem, man. Where do you have your stuff? I have it in the car, sir. If you'd like to follow me, sir, I can show you, sir.
Shit.
Oh, shit, ya empezamos mal.
Red flag, dude.
Pretty much.
Yeah, seriously.
Wait, it gets worse. So anyway, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. Let's go. If he kills me, he kills me. I don't even want to be here today. Fuck it, whatever. Let's go. So we go outside. I asked to Stanley. I talked to Stanley. He was chill. Neil Adams. Damn, I have stories, dude.
Damn.
Everyone has Neil Adams stories, man. Fucking ese güey también no le valía madre a todo. So I go outside with this dude. We go to his little truck. It's like a little rinky-dink little pickup truck with a back. And he opens the back up, and it's just stuffed to the fucking roof with just clothes and all this other stuff. And he's like, "Sir, I have a sound bar, sir, but it's like for a flat screen TV, sir. Would you like to see it, sir?" And I'm like, "I can see it from here, man. Like you have the door open, I can see it." And he's all like,
It was a ploy to get you in the car. And
he was trying to get me in. If you want to, no, but he said it. He's like, "If you want to take it out, sir, go right ahead, sir." And I'm like, "Fuck you, I'm not gonna fall for that. I've been here before. I've gotten into those vans. You go ahead and take it out." So he like starts pulling it out. He's like, "I'm having some issues, sir." And the dude, okay, so the guy like he didn't look weak. All right. He looked like he fucking worked out. Not that I was checking him out or anything. I'm just saying, he looked
You're
like
looking at his
he worked
bicep.
out. Yeah, no shit. Like I wasn't sizing him up or anything like that. Like, hey, bro, so how much do you bench, bro? Do you even lift, bro? Um, and he had a patch on his arm, and I think the patch is like Ozempic or something. So I'm sure he was diabetic. So maybe this had to do something with that because the conversation went really weird once we got back into the shop. So he gets like these pairs of shoes. There was some Nike shoes that he had in the car, and he gets the sound bar and he gets the subwoofer for the sound bar. And we take him back inside the shop, and I start looking, to see how much I can lend him or buy them for. And as I'm doing that, as I'm going through the process of trying to find out how much I can offer this guy, he starts talking really weird stuff, But everything was ending with "sir." Everything was accompanied by "sir." He's like, "Yes, sir. I'm just trying to get some money together, sir. Because, well, sir, it's getting really hot outside, sir. And, well, sir, I used to work at Olive Garden, sir, and I used to work in the kitchen, sir. And it got really hot in the kitchen, sir. And I would wash dishes, sir. And have you ever been to Olive Garden, sir?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been to Olive Garden." "Okay, cool. Yes, sir. So I worked there for Olive Garden for a very long time, sir. And I didn't understand what was going on, sir. But it was really hot inside the kitchen, sir. And have you ever tasted human flesh, sir? It tastes really weird, sir. So anyway, sir, as I was, what? Wait, what? What just happened?
No mames, neta.
Did he fucking say that?" And I looked up and I'm like, did anybody hear him say that? And everyone's busy. No one's paying attention. And I'm like, and I back up a little bit. Like, did this guy just admit to me that he's like, I mean, there's different ways to taste human flesh. So which way did he do it? I'm just curious. But he continues going like, "Yes, sir. So I've been trying to buy a gun, sir. Is that a BB gun, sir?" And I'm like, wait, how do I tell this guy to back up without him like losing his shit and like maybe eating my face? I don't know. I'm just kind of like worried now because he just admitted to me something that does not sit well with me. And he just keeps going and going and going. So I'm like hurrying really fast. I'm like, "Okay, man, I can offer you $120 for everything." "Okay, sir, that sounds good, sir, because I'm really hungry, sir." And I'm like, "No, don't say that. Please don't say that." He's like, "I'm really hungry, sir, and I think I'm going to go buy some material, sir, to make a lasagna, sir, maybe like a meat lasagna, sir." And I'm like, "Please stop talking and let me finish this fucking transaction so quickly so I can give you your money and get the fuck out of here, you cannibal motherfucker." So
What
that's
the fuck?
that was like, what the fuck? And yeah, I didn't really panic. I just kind of hurried. And then he starts talking to one of the customers, like, because he was selling a gun. And he's like, "Sir, are you selling that gun, sir? Because I'm really interested in purchasing a firearm, sir. And that firearm looks like adequate, sir." And I'm like, why is he talking like that? Is this guy a fucking robot? Is he AI? Is he AI Kyle? What's going on?
Kyle.
And right away when he asked the dude, he's like, "No, man, I'm trying to pawn it." And he's like, I'll buy it from you, sir." And I'm like, "Hey, man, you can't be doing that inside the shop, man. You can't be, asking customers to sell stuff to you because that's not how we do things here. If you keep doing that, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." And the deal's off. And he's like, "No, sir, I really need this money, sir. Like I said, I'm very hungry, sir, so I need to go get something to eat, sir. Like, could you please just stop saying that you're hungry?" So I hurry up and finish the fucking transaction, give him his fucking money, and he gets the fuck out of the shop. And I turn around and look at my coworkers. I'm like, did anybody fucking hear that? Did anybody even fucking pay attention to what this guy just admitted to me? Nobody. Nobody fucking heard it. Nobody fucking batted an eye. And I'm like, I think I just gave money to a cannibal. The guy just fucking left. And he gets in his truck and he fucking drives away. So,
Like that.
and I was like, fuck, man. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. Why does this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? So
That's a crazy story, sir.
oh fuck. Yeah. So that was yesterday.
That was yesterday, sir.
That was yesterday, sir.
That was yesterday, sir. Maybe you should write a character for the upcoming Crypto storyline that they keep saying that.
Is he gonna be a creepypasta? The sir?
Oh.
Hey, sir.
The sir.
The sir. Okay. I don't know, man. I just wanted to share that story with you because you guys like my pawn shop stories, but that one was a little bit bizarre. So.
You should do like a little book way.
A little book of crazy pawn shop stories?
See, way, just like little anecdotes.
Maybe I should. Haven't we talked about this before? Like, yeah, maybe I should just make a comic book.
Yeah, giving you all this like golden ideas too.
Yeah, well, not so much a comic book, but maybe a newspaper strip.
I got no time, guys.
Pues sí, todo el tiempo estoy pinche trabajando. Ahí me tienen como...
I got no time, guys. No.
¿Qué te digo?
But guys, I'm drunk. Happy for me, drunk.
Happy for me, draw.
Right, Julius?
What's that?
Hey, I was having a good time, all right?
Julius, man, I'm drunk, guys.
Oh yeah, when he was on vacation. Yeah, I was like,
Good
Yeah,
okay,
times.
cool, cool. He got drunk.
I
I'm
was
drunk,
having,
guys.
I was having a good time, man. Shit, leave me alone. Let me go. Let me go find my cannibal friend. Maybe he'll appreciate drinking with me.
Ray was like fucking comic books, pinches pendejadas, estúpidos,
Simón.
cabrones.
Eating his fucking tecate shit.
Yeah, he's like fucking shit, fucking comic book stuff right
It was
now.
it was kawamas, bro. Some
Fucking
person
Marvel.
some person
Fucking
says serial killer. See if anyone watching you right now. No, that's all right. I'm not gonna look out the window, bro. Um, but yeah, fucking kawamas, bro. It's all good. You're an entity magnet like Constantine Fables from the pod.
Yeah, dude. There you go. There you go.
Shit,
If
dude.
Hellblazer was still a book, that would have been a good storyline.
What
Constantine,
happens afterwards? Like where
yeah,
else?
like no, the Constantine needed money, so he works at a pawn shop.
Dude, that guy needed money for everything all the time, man. Some person says a lot of people that go to a pawn shop seem to have mental illness. You're telling me, bro. How about this? A lot of people that work at a pawn shop seem to have a mental illness. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I'm one of them. Anyway, um,
say it again.
I'm one of them. One of them. One of them. Sorry.
Goobo gobble, goobo
Goobo
gobble.
gobble goobo. Chica. And that's my pawn shop story for today.
Crazy, crazy
I don't know,
man.
pues.
Vámonos, pues. Before we go, what are we working on? What are the updates really quick? Julius.
My global comics is up and going, so I have Ghetto Dragon Book 1 there available. Ghetto Dragon Chronicles, which are the short stories that I wrote to kind of try out my writing abilities during the time when I was trying to make it.
Mhm.
And also Vigilant Fury is also available there, plus 2 preview copies, one for Asset 13, The Last Thanksgiving, and the second one being for Ghetto Dragon Book 2, Fistful of Vengeance. You can check those out there. You can find me on Twitter or X, Elucid Comic PRD, Elucid Comic, and then Instagram is Elucid PRD. Right now I'm working on the last lettering for Asset 13. I'm still fixing some stuff,
Yes.
and so I'll probably release that soon. And I think that's all I have so far in the pipeline. That's close to release is Asset 13, The Last Thanksgiving, which I'm really excited for you guys to read because it's gonna start the Lucid comic, the Lucid universe, shared universe idea that I'm doing.
Is SC13 the catalyst of
The linchpin.
That the guy in the cover, yep, that's him.
or
I missed that episode of yours where you like tied everything together. How can you give me the 5 peso version of that?
Yeah, pretty much Ghetto Dragon, Vigilant Fury, Reset Protocol, Asset 13, and anything produced afterwards, unless I say otherwise, it's all going to be part of a shared universe. So they all share the same universe. And at some point in the near future, which I've been working on so far behind the scenes, is these characters are going to interact with one another at some point.
like
Oh, wow.
directly, indirectly?
Directly.
Oh.
Directly. So Asset 13 and Ghetto Dragon will share a book some down the line.
You're gonna share a
Angela,
copy.
Angela will share a book with Matt at some point, and I'm still working on my Samuel Zeon story, so that character will also be part of it, and also the characters from Reset Protocol will also be part of it, and it's
Oh,
going to
wow.
be. I have a lot of ideas. I think it's going to be a lot of fun once I get the ball rolling. I'm just got to figure out like production and how I'm going to present the stories and all that stuff, all that good stuff.
See.
That's cool, man. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm
I'll be
curious
there.
too. That's
I want to see how you pull it all together.
I know. I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing it. It's still a process because I'm like kind of, you know how it is, right? You got to find the right threads that go together, so that way
Mhm.
when they get to the reader, they don't get lost. They can follow it.
Yeah.
So I just gotta figure that out.
Cool, man.
I'm still as for like 6x6, the whole universe. I came up with 2 timelines. So certain characters interact with each other Pero
Hmm.
they belong in two dimensions. So
Oh,
so it's really I haven't discussed this with anybody. I've just like came up with it by
You thinking
myself.
out loud?
Pero ya, o sea, so Carmesí is involved with that's like our Punisher.
Oh, okay.
He belongs in the Infestation universe.
oh, nice.
But it's like it depends on the timeline because you gotta explain Jugman, no? Because Jugman he's from Infestation or Skipper Under Border,
Yeah.
then from in the Carmesí, no? The ground level shit characters. So how does he exist in like various timelines or is it just he shares one single timeline with certain characters, no? And
Well,
Hmm.
he
then
was also in the Dwarves versus something or other.
pues, eso es todavía it's like vaporware right now. It's not real. It's not real. It doesn't exist.
It's not real. I heard about it in a dream.
Yeah, it's in a dream, man.
It's in a dream.
It's
Chinga.
So
all
los
dream.
X-Men exist in the Dead Stop universe. So
Oh,
those are
okay.
because burritos longos. That's like the thing they tie together. These
That's where
two
they
Ah,
go eat
nice.
lunch and shit.
yeah, exactly because they in a comic way, creo que we established that they eat burritos from longos. So it's like it's very interesting. That's how I have these all these like characters connected with each other.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
But it's not official. I haven't made it official yet.
I want a story where Fumarolas tries to date La Llorona.
Oh shit.
I want to see that story.
That'll be interesting. Let's say.
That would be interesting. Like,
In the
ándale.
Aquarius, no, and then open or
Yeah.
somewhere.
No seas así. Ándale.
Yeah,
Pues,
dame un chance.
After
una
after a
danza.
lucha match, no way,
Yeah.
in la Mariscal, no, because that's where the gymnasium is.
That would be the fucking shit right there, man. He walks out. Árale, mira. ¿Qué se nos apareció aquí? ¿Qué estamos haciendo aquí, señorita? Vámonos.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Like a
I can
little
see that.
short story, no, like a little one-off,
Yeah. Remember
like
like
a
the
backup story, no?
story that I wrote for fucking Colt and
Katina.
Santa Catrina?
Yeah.
The love what was it? Love in the Age of Zombies and
Yeah,
shit or whatever it's called.
that was a cool story.
That was a cool story, man. And then the ending was fucking sad as fuck, but it was
Yeah.
cool, man. So yeah, we could that would be fucking cool.
They get separated while the bridge explodes, no?
Yeah, never to see each other again.
Yeah.
Pobrecitos. Fucking shit, dude.
The two
Alright.
rate updates. How's the abyss between stars?
So I'm working on the Abyss still. Finishing up issue 2 is almost done, like all the edits and everything. Hopefully, I'm waiting for Brandon to finish up with issue 1. He's almost done. And pues Javi's still working away on the pages that have been confirmed. And also the same thing, man. I'm fucking tying it into the Kryptonals universe in a very interesting way. So it adds more lore.
We're tying everything together now.
It adds more lore to.
See.
I'll give you a hint because Zotol didn't come into power by himself. He had to fucking journey in order to become powerful again. In order to fucking like be with it or merge with El Nyango. There had to be something done in between, and in the Abyss Between Stars, we give you like a small insight into that without really showing you anything. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but once you read the book, you'll see what I mean. So
That's cool.
it's very very interesting. So
Any updates on Kryptonals?
Kryptonals, pues ahorita el señor anda dibujando murales, güey.
Yeah, he's painting murals right now. Simon.
He's painting murals. Dario is in full effect. I talked to him yesterday. He's on a scaffolding, like how many feet up? Like 50 or 60 feet up in the air, painting the side of a building.
You saw the videos where he's painting?
Yes, I saw the videos, man. It's crazy. So he's working on that. He says that as soon as he comes down, that he'll start finishing up.
He's living there, dude. He's sleeping.
Yeah, Mount Olympus of art murals.
No shit, dude. Practically, because when I was talking to him, I was like, "What are you doing right now?" And he's like, "I'm painting." I'm like, "Are you on the fucking scaffolding?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Don't fucking talk to me, man. Fucking keep painting. Just be careful and shit, you know." Like, nah, I'm fine. I'm all right. Chinga.
Hice metal movies, a ver.
You could literally pump Kryptonos forever, guys. It's your once in a lifetime book. Most artists never attain that, and it's evergreen.
Yeah,
Dude,
no, it's
It's
true.
true, sir.
Absolutely true.
speaking of forever, didn't Neff read the last chapter of Kryptonos? Like the last chapter?
Oh yes, yes. There is the last chapter of Kryptonos. There is there.
Written in the 90s, right?
It wasn't in the 90s. It was in the early 2000s.
Early 2000s, exacto.
Yeah, because the end of the Kryptonos leads into something else that was already written a long time ago. It's kind of crazy, but there's only one way that the Kryptonos ends, and that ending is in one of the books that we did during Adversary Comics. It was a very short story, and the name of the story is how the bat. No, what was it? What was the name of the story? The color of the feathers on a bat or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. I have to look for the book. But yeah, Neff has a copy of it.
Who else has a copy? Krager? El Guapo?
Yeah, you know what? Krager has a copy, and I think El Guapo has a copy too. Because they bought. I was going crazy when they were buying from the 6x6 shop, which by the way is still up and running, guys. If you guys want to go buy some stuff, I might have a few extra copies left over somewhere. If you want to know how the Kryptonos ends and how the next chapter begins, you're more than welcome to purchase something, and I might be indulged to throw it in there as a freebie. So,
Indulged.
cow. But yeah, there's a fucking an ending to the Kryptonos. But are you making an English version of 6x6 All Stars, Oli?
Probably yes. I need to work on that. I have that on my to-do list. Dude, I had to buy a notebook just to write everything, all the shit I need to do.
How are you doing on your thing, man? Like,
But yeah, boy. But yeah, Matt, I do have the script ready, so I'm gonna translate that. Hopefully, when I have the chance, and it's gonna be a digital thing. It's gonna be on Global Comics because I need to check how much printing is right now because
dude,
I
shit.
don't know. So yeah, I'm not moving.
They don't have printers in Mexico only.
But there's no print on demand over here. There's no such thing. So you have to print like 500.
You have to print like a run, like
a huge run.
Oh, okay.
And the PODs over here, yeah, they're very expensive. They'll fucking like want to charge you like $500 for like 2-3 copies. Güey, así está culero.
200, 500 in pesos or in
dollars, dude. A friend of ours came over here. She's gonna print like her thesis, or what do you call that?
Yeah, her thesis.
Yeah, and she went to a local printer here, and I like 7,000 pesos. I don't know how much is that in oro. ¿Cuánto es en oro, güey?
¿Cuánto es en oro?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a 5x5 book. A ver, hold on.
Hold on, let's ask Alexa. Alexa, how much is 7,000 pesos in dollars?
$345 for five copies, dude. 5 copies.
$245.
Oh, 200.
Oh, 100?
I got 345 over here.
He said 345, so
yeah,
somewhere in between.
So we print on demand over here. Yeah, it's we need to print the whole fucking run. So so it's gonna be digital for now, Matt. Global Comics, that's where all our shit is right now.
You know, now that you say that about the print on demand, I have an idea, but I'll tell you on after the stream and stuff. Movidas. But so what else?
And as far as my grant project, I had a meeting with the author last week. He brought over a whole bunch of like pictures of graffiti from that time, and he was giving me like a crash course on styles and all that, and it was very interesting. So I recorded that conversation, and right now I'm just like transcribing certain things and labeling the pictures, like what graffiti style and influences and all that. So I have like three fucking Illustrator files with a whole bunch of text and pictures.
Damn. When are you gonna open your Patreon for all that stuff?
I also need to work on that too. I need
That's
to.
something else on your list.
Yeah, wait, a whole bunch of
Like
shit,
I
man.
said, bro, it's one of those things where it's like you have to put on all sorts of hats, and it gets
Sí,
time consuming. You know.
exacto, dude. So I have a whole bunch of pictures. I just went to the archives again on Saturday.
Mhm.
Took a bunch of scans and yeah, dude, it's getting juicy now because I'm in '96 and that's when like the shit hit the fan on certain things in the book. So
Oh shit!
it's getting really interesting.
Damn,
And I'm
bro.
on page like have like 70 pages already written of the script.
Nice.
So I'm not, and I feel like I haven't started yet. No, like we haven't, like the whole it's just been built up. Honestly, there's
But
there, there
it's
yeah, it's good. There's been payoffs and there's like there's interesting scenes. I mean, there's not an action comic, right? But
yeah.
it's very interesting. It has good visuals, I think. And yeah, dude, it's just I think I'm gonna go over my limit. So
What is
I
your
hope it doesn't get like a fucking like over 200 pages because that would be overkill, honestly.
how much is your limit right now?
I promised 156 pages, so 70 makes it like almost half.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm nowhere near completing the story.
Shit, man, you're gonna have to do volume one and volume two of this
Yeah,
shit.
exactamente. But
Gee,
yeah,
wow.
it's and I've been like editing while I'm going.
Hmm.
It was no, dude. It's like, damn, dude. It's this. If I cut this out, because I'm also like uh doing the page reviews. No, the page turns.
Yeah.
Because I'm also like because it's interesting because I'm writing it and also like laying it out at the same time
Hmm.
and like oh shit this will be a good page reveal, no? So I might be I feel like I'm panning out certain sequences. So I'm gonna like go back again and just okay, let's see if I could like reduce certain things, no? So I could like lower the page count, it has to make sense and it has to serve the story, no? And it has to be clear for the reader, no?
Yeah.
It's a lot of like questions that I have to answer and all that stuff that I need to like figure out. Because yeah, I don't want to fucking draw a Bible, dude. It's gonna be fucking huge.
I mean, shit, man. If fucking what's his name would do it with Cerebus, you could do a Bible, shit, a phone book.
I mean, I still have. I mean, 3 years, right? I could do
Yeah,
that.
you could do it. It's possible. Just go back to him. It's like this is the story, man. This is how it has to be.
Yeah, I need 3 more years and more money to
I need
finish.
3 more years and more money. You drive a hard bargain, Mister Odyssey. Sure, go
Oh,
ahead.
and also I'm thinking like during certain times, like periods that I have like chapters already done. I
Hmm.
want to see if the possibility of, like releasing like short runs, no, like 50 copies of this chapter or like ash cans or just to get like hype people hype, no?
You can do that. Like you're able to do that.
Yeah, I mean I might need to ask permission, no? But
Yeah.
I mean the thing is the grant is to have it done. You just produce it, no? You don't need to publish it or anything. Just have the work done. So I'll ask my advisor. Let's see
Hmm.
what they say. But yeah, I want to like release like mini comics, chapters and shit like that,
That'd
just
be pretty cool, man. I like that idea.
hype people up, and maybe like offer it for free on Patreon. Like if you support the Patreon, you
Hmm.
might get like pages there or something.
Get like what is it called? Like preview pages before they're released or something.
Because Ed Piscor, dude, he did Red Room like that.
Oh shit.
He did you if, when he was working on it, you would go on Patreon and you would get the comic there. Like a page a week or a page a day or something like that.
See, that's not bad, man. Rest in
And,
peace, Ed Piscor.
yeah, rest in peace. And then people would send them like bootleg copies, dude, of his work.
Chinga.
That was interesting, no? Like, because I think he would show them off like the little fanzines, no?
That's what Liefeld was saying in one of his streams. He was talking about the Claremont. I mean, no, I'm sorry, the
Yeah,
John Byrne X-Men that they would
you
send
know,
him. They would send him fucking copies of the issues that John Byrne was releasing of the X-Men,
yeah.
and that's what he has. He has like actual trade paperbacks that he collected that he made of those issues and shit.
You know that reminds me. Also, Akira, dude. Akira, they were like collecting the chapters when
Hmm.
they were publishing it, like in Young Magazine.
Yeah,
You know, how they would publish like each chapter, like each week, I think, or month. So, like fans would just collect all those chapters and compile them and publish them,
damn.
self-publish. And funny story is that Otomo would like when they got like together the editors and okay, so let's start looking at your at publishing your compilations, no? And he saw the what the fans would do, and he said, "Oh, let's do like these guys were doing because they were doing the full size editions, no? The editions that you can get at Barnes and Noble,
Oh shit,
and those fan fucking editions were winning awards, dude.
that's fucking
Like
crazy.
legit like awards like Eisner's and shit like that, like their equivalent of
Hmm.
Eisner's and for bootleg copies. So
See,
yeah,
that's
that's the thing I want to do with this project. Like start like okay, let's do like bootleg like short chapters and shit like that. No, and
that's the epitome of indie right there, man. Not only that, but it fits into the facet of like the whole lifestyle of being a tagger and all that shit.
anyway,
If it's fucking bootleg, if it's raw and shit, it's underground. You know what I mean? Like that'd be
exactly.
perfect.
See, that's like my mentality, no? The like keeping it real, guy.
Keeping it real, bro. Aye, aye. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad. I'm glad that it's coming. Everything's coming along for everybody. And of course, you can follow us on all our fucking chits and chats and all that other good stuff. Like, where can we find you, Julius Freeman Comics?
Elusive Comic on X and Elusive PRD on Instagram, as well as Elusive Comic on YouTube, where every Friday, Kyle and I, my co-host, we talk about the topic of the week or any kind of subject regarding pop culture, movies, TV shows, and comics. And on occasion, have uh, guests on to either discuss the topic with us and or review their comic book work to them live. So
And you're
this
not.
coming
You're
Friday,
gonna. Yeah, I'm about to say that. Go for it.
yeah, this coming Friday, we're going to have Per Berg on the show, and he more than likely will join us in a discussion, or he may join us in the "Is It Worth the Pickup" segment when Kyle gives his review on Vatican City #1.
Nice. Don't watch that.
Yeah, I'll try to watch it too, man. If I'm not working, chingo. But
It should be a
And
good show. It should be a good show.
and we'll might be on Free Comic Book Day, right? Like with Easy.
yes, we're gonna probably be at Free Comic Day with Izzy at Comics Attic. So look for us there. I don't know what we're gonna have, but we're gonna have free comic books. That's for damn sure. So go check us out. That's on May 3rd. Tordo de Mayo, right?
No.
No, whatever. It's the day after Thunderbolts premieres on May 2nd. So be there on May 3rd. It's also, I think there's a comic book convention going on May 3rd and May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And yeah, that's about it when we're going to be making an appearance. It's been a little bit slow as far as making appearances on this end of the things because we're all working, you know. We ain't got time to fucking accuse each other of being AI artists. We got stuff to do and stuff to work on. So
What?
never mind the hype of that shit. You haven't heard about that?
No.
These guys are fucking accusing each other of being AI artists.
Who?
Who's accusing
Ripa,
who?
Ripa, and EVS.
Oh,
Really?
My throat is dry.
Isn't that
Yes.
isn't that old? Isn't that new? That's new,
No, this is still on the twits. It's on there. That apparently the newest. There's a page out of Horseman that that it looks like it's AI because of the fingers. So,
Oh.
and I saw it too, and it's
That's
like,
old, dude. That's the inker, no? That didn't ink the
No,
hands
it's a
well.
new one. It's a new one, bro. It's a new one.
Oh, it's new?
Yeah.
Chingado.
pobrecito horseman. So,
Caballito.
caballito, hombre caballo.
El, cab- el Caballito.
El caballito.
The first spectacular issue of El Caballito.
El caballito.
Let's translate that book. El caballito.
Do it.
El
Reach out.
Caballito.
Reach out to Chuck Dixon. A ver si quiere el güey. He wants to translate Chuck. No problem.
Hombre caballito.
Órale, pues. Let's get out of here because we've already gone over 2 hours. Wow, we've been talking a lot. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Of course, look for us on all the social medias, and we will see you very, very soon. Excelsior. Everybody say good night.
Good night.